You're damn right we are. Everywhere you need it. It is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on YouTube, on the ESPN New York app. It is everywhere you need it. Right now, if you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome because you're seeing an incredibly beautiful picture of me in front of a light with a messy bed in the background in a hotel room in Minnesota, and there's a pair of pants on the bed. So you're welcome. The only thing that is missing is like a couple of lines of blow that I was doing. Honestly, it could not look worse right now on YouTube, and you can check it out right now by going to the ESPN New York page on YouTube. It could not. Visually, this is as bad as it gets. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Bart is going to be with us in just a bit. He will be joining us, of course, after he finishes up his morning on Get Up. Oh, my God, what a show we have got today. In about 10, 12 minutes, and I'm really letting the fellows back in the shop know this for the first time, too, Andy Martino from SNY is going to join us because we have got a lot of baseball to get into with the Mets this weekend and trying to get to the postseason where they currently have a 78.5% chance. Because probabilities mean everything right now, don't they? They mean absolutely nothing. And whether or not this could go sideways, well, we will certainly discuss. The Yankees as well in just a few minutes, and the possibility of still getting home field advantage and a bye throughout the playoffs, considering where they were. That deserves some lauding that I don't necessarily believe it's getting. And the football. I mean, dear God, the football. I can't forget about the football, Jaxson Dart and the Giants. And something alarming I heard this morning, not alarming, it was just more of a reminder as to why this entirety, or this entire situation is a little bit messed up for the Giants as far as making the decision and who's making the decisions and what the plan is. Dear God, it's all there. You can catch us, as I said, on YouTube, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, and on the ESPN app. If you just click right on the tile on the very front page, we're right there. And you get to see all this glory. Me in a black T-shirt in a hotel room. Man, that's getting your money's worth, is it not? Of course, it's free. We start with the Mets. And listen, I give them a lot of credit for what they have done this week, especially after what happened on Wednesday night, bouncing back and winning last night and putting it out of reach at 6-0, even though it ended up 8-5. To me, that still really ended the game for the Mets last night with Brett Beatty. I cannot say enough good things about what Nolan McLean is doing. I know that we have talked about the need to fix the pitching for the future, and that is very much a need. And part of me still believes, while I am rooting for the Mets, to make it to the World Series, to make a decent postseason run, to not just to get in, but to actually do something, that may not be for the best, because it may convince some people that you don't necessarily need to fix some things, namely the pitching, that need to be fixed, that need to be improved. It's not that they're going to sit back on their laurels, but they're going to look at a lot of young pitching and say, well, those guys are only going to get better, and you know what? Senga's going to get straightened out here. He's going to be fine. You got to remember he was hurt a lot of the year, all that stuff too. And then you're going to hear about Sean Manaea was hurt a lot of the year. He'll be fine. He'll get back. We'll be okay. And then you don't really address any of the problems. We spent some time talking about that yesterday. I want to spend some time talking about Nolan McLean for a minute, because I don't know that we appreciate fully what we're seeing here. What you're seeing with Nolan McLean is very familiar to the tune of about 12, 13 years ago. Now, it doesn't come with nearly the same excitement level that Matt Harvey did in 2012, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, Matt Harvey at the time, in 2012, was such a massive story because here was this charismatic young pitcher coming in and throwing gas, and somebody that everyone was excited about. And he was actually from Connecticut, even though it was way up. But you get the point. It was somebody that had earned, that got this moniker the next year from Sports Illustrated with The Dark Knight. I remember that so fondly for two reasons. Number one, just the pure energy that it brought. And number two, it brought more energy because there was no energy before that. I would know better than anybody. The 2009 to 2013 Mets, that was a 5-year period where I hosted the pre- and post-game on SNY, and that was god-awful. That was horrible baseball for 5 consecutive years. But the only thing that was truly a bright spot during that time was Matt Harvey. What we're seeing with Nolan McLean is on that par. He is pitching at that level, if not a little bit better, before last night. And even still last night, when you get into the 6th inning and he ends up giving up runs and gives up the bomb, I don't really fault him too much for that, because the way that he has been throughout this so far, he is the one thing that you can rely upon. Now, he does not have the same charisma that Harvey did. He does not come up with the same level of excitement because, it's not like Nolan McLean was somebody that a ton of people talked about that we knew was coming like Harvey was a few years back in 2012. It wasn't like that with Nolan McLean. I mean, baseball people knew, but I don't know that we knew that it could be this good this fast. And then you're also turning to two other guys in Sproat and Tong, and that you're hoping that all three of these guys can pitch reasonably well. But I can't say enough about what Nolan McLean has done and what my faith level would be in him right now, which is pretty strong. And that's remarkable considering how early we are in his career and how he performed last night. That was an absolute must-win for the Mets. They all are right now, of course. But after you lost the night before and you got absolutely bombed, you had to give him a chance. And he gave him a chance. He more than gave him a chance. He pitched very, very well. And this is exciting. And I don't know that we fully appreciate what that is yet. It might take a few more starts. It might. You watch. If they actually got on a run, he's going to be a reason why. And then they're going to start to build narratives around him in the playoffs and what he's done. And it'll start with his first playoff start if they get there. I think what the manager says really says it all. This is Carlos Mendoza on his confidence in McLean pitching in big games.
Yeah, a lot of confidence. You feel good about your chances every time he takes a baseball. Today was the perfect scenario there where a couple of guys on, he's up 91, 92 pitches, and you still feel really good about him getting out of that situation. But overall, just the poise, just the way he goes about his business. And I'm going to continue to say the way he makes adjustments and what's working for him. Recognize today was a cutter, and he kept going after, using that pitch. So there's a lot to like, and he's got so many weapons as well.
Think about that. It's incredibly mature. What's working for him? What do you like about what he's doing in the middle of the game? What does he like, and how does he adjust? You don't talk about those things very much when it comes to that level of young pitcher. You really don't. You talk a whole lot more about the young mistakes that he's going to make. And, all right, it got away a little bit in the 6th inning, but you just heard him. Like, frankly, and I get this completely, they feel better about their chances with him at 91, 92 pitches than anybody else right now. That's in essence what Mendoza is telling you. So let's give credit where credit is due. Nolan McLean, if nothing else, has been the guy to really at least stabilize things at times for the Mets. Now, having said that, this weekend, I have no idea. No idea what to expect. No idea what you're going to get. The Marlins moved Alcantara up to tonight, so he will go against Sproat. I know that the Marlins, you can talk about, all the other times they've done this. Like, most of these kids weren't even born when this happened in 2007 and 2008 where they had a chance to stick it to them. So that's not something that resonates, but it resonates in the back of people around the Mets, in the back of the mind of people around the Mets. It certainly resonates in the minds of Met fans. But I can confidently say this. This is a Marlins team that was better than those teams were in 07, 08 that did their damage to the Mets. And it's also a team that I would be very concerned about with how well they have played since the middle of June. As bad as the Mets have been since the K visit at Citi Field in the middle of June, and I'm not going to let that go because that can't be a coincidence that was the actual date where things started to turn really awry for the Mets, that they have played at a level that you never would have expected. Miami. I believe it's 52-39 since right around the middle of June. And they're a young team. They don't know any better. They've got guys that you've never heard of. And to me, that's always a problem because when you are throwing guys out there that have absolutely nothing to lose, it becomes why not? It becomes why not? But at the very least, the Mets are in control of what happens this weekend. That's about all you can ask for. You go out there and you take care of business, there's nothing to talk about. You're in the postseason. And if you go 2-1, at the very worst, you should still make it, but because I don't know that the Reds are going to go and sweep Milwaukee, even though the games are meaningless for Milwaukee borderline. So I just don't expect that to happen. While the Reds did get a big win for them yesterday, I expect that the Mets, it's a tough word, expect. I caught myself there. I do expect that the Mets would be able to get through the weekend, but man, I could see this turning sideways quickly. 800-919-3776. In a few moments, Andy Martino is going to join us, and we will discuss that. Here is Francisco Lindor on being in the position to control their own destiny.
You want to stay alive. We're in a position right now where we control our own destiny. We got to go take care of business. You know, the Marlins, they played us well. They've been playing well, and we know that. They're a big league team, and we got to go out there and take care of business. They're not going to give anything away.
Yeah, I mean, all stuff that we know. As much as I've talked about the last couple of days, for the big picture, they might be better off not making it. You're dying for them to make it. I mean, what's this going to be Monday morning if they don't make it? I mean, that it's an epic collapse. It is one of the all-time biggest collapses. To be 21 games over 500 at one point, and then to not make the postseason, like there's enough pressure that is built up inside of that just to avoid pure embarrassment. That would be nice, wouldn't it? To not be embarrassed for once, for a little bit of time, to actually be the team that, was able to get it all back together when they needed to. And speaking of which, I want to spend a minute here on the Yankees before we bring Andy in. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. For them to have righted the ship and for us to really not even pay attention to it is pretty remarkable. The Yankees had a stretch this season that I didn't think they could afford to have, that many people were worried about at the beginning of the year, thinking that they legitimately didn't have a chance, might not make the postseason this year. There was a legitimate chance they might not make the postseason. And so when they have put it together the way they have and gone 21-8 over the last few weeks and closed this gap with the Blue Jays that was up around 6-7 games and now have a chance to actually go and win the division this weekend, honestly, bravo. The expectations are so high across the board for the Yankees, as they always should be. But can we at least acknowledge the work that's been done the last couple of weeks? Can we at least acknowledge that? Can we at least point to it and say, you know what, well done? Because it was not something I expected at all, and I don't think it was something that most of you expected. We're all talking about wild card, and right now you are locked in at the very worst to have the best spot in the wild card. Hey, I know this is the Yankees, and we have certain expectations for what this is supposed to be. But this was looking like a mess a few weeks ago. And they have righted the ship on that front. And that's not easy to do for anybody, let alone being under the scope of what the New York Yankees are. So let's talk about it all. Let's get our guy Andy Martino in from SNY. SNY will have you covered from pillar to post this weekend. It's baseball night in New York. It's Mets pre- and post game. The game tonight is on Pix 11. Saturday and Sunday are on SNY. Andy, of course, MLB insider for SNY, joins us right now. Andrew, how goes the battle?
Oh, the battle is, I don't
You have
know.
no idea what to
We're all
say.
doing the best we can. Well, because my answer is deep and reflective and maybe a little dark, but I'm trying to sanitize it, and so.
Andy, this is for
therefore, I
the
would say
therapy
battle
session
is
later.
going-
This is not for right now. So it's okay. We can talk off the air. That's fine. I'm always here for you. Let's
The
just
battle's going great, Chris. How are you?
Good, Andy. That's more like it. Cover up your feelings. I'm not interested in them. Just take them and crunch them down into a ball and keep them inside your body. Okay? We'll talk about it later. First of all, Andy, I don't know that we're appreciating what we have seen here from Nolan McLean the last few weeks, because I think about the Matt Harvey time 12, 13 years ago, and I think about all the excitement level that it was around that. And there has not been that same level of excitement, I think partially because the Mets have had a chance to actually win games, where back then that was everything.
Yeah.
But he has pitched at that level, and when I hear Carlos Mendoza talk about the adjustments that he can make in-game, I think that really has to have you feeling pretty good should you get to next week if he's the first guy that gets the ball.
Oh, yeah. I think he's blown past the Harvey comparison, frankly. You're right, Chris. It's a good point about the context. Harvey debuts at a time when the Mets were in a contraction phase with their payroll and their expectations and their results. And all of a sudden there's this burst of hope that appeared. And at the beginning, it seemed like Harvey was this aggressive Tom Seaver personality type, like who was going to have that kind of future. So McLean is a lower key personality, obviously, and doesn't announce himself on the scene in quite the same way. But as a pitcher, he's better than Harvey was at the beginning. Harvey was power and a lot of it, and it was awesome. But McLean is spin, pitchability. It's not that he doesn't have a fastball. He's got a mid-90s fastball, but not the velocity that just some of the top young pitchers in the game have. But he just knows how to spin the ball. He knows how to locate it. He seems to have that weird thing that some of the elite athletes have, where they're just not overwhelmed and somehow just feel like they belong at the highest level, even though they just got there. And within games, like we saw it when he pitched in Detroit a few weeks ago, he's not quite himself. He's a little off, and he makes those adjustments while competing at the big league level. So no doubt there's confidence in him to pitch a game one at Dodger Stadium, and he just hasn't done anything to suggest otherwise.
Andy Martino is with us, of course, MLB insider for SNY. On the Mets front, Andy, I truly this weekend don't know what to expect. I feel like it's a complete crapshoot in what we're going to see. I guess if you're looking for reasons for confidence, what would give you confidence from a Mets standpoint?
They're a really good team. I've been watching the Reds and the Diamondbacks all week. The Mets are more talented. They have all-world offensive players. They have a manager who was conditioned in winter ball to manage big games all the time, make aggressive pitching changes, just knows how to put his foot on the gas. And so those are the reasons for optimism. And also the Mets just seem to need to have their season almost over or on the brink to really click into gear. We saw it last year. We're not seeing it quite to the same dramatic level at this point this year, but that game at Wrigley on Tuesday, it's like that was the 2024 Mets. So I kind of believe in their momentum right now. I really do. But having said that, what is momentum only as good as, Chris? You know the cliche?
Pitcher. Yep.
The next day starting pitcher, and obviously the fact that the Mets basically don't have a rotation right now and don't play good defense. So under the banner of run prevention, they've got some real issues, and they're facing some really good pitchers in Miami. So that could undermine them. I believe in the team. I believe in the people. I believe in the leadership, but they might not have enough pitching.
Okay, so having said that, Andy, how would you expect them to handle it beyond Sproat this weekend? With I know it's not announced yet because it all depends on what happens. But how would you expect them to handle it the next 2 days if the next 2 days do matter for them making it?
Mm-hmm. Batter by batter, inning by inning, matchups, bullpen games. They handle it by Carlos Mendoza saying, all right, what do we got to do to get through this inning? What do we got to do to win this game? And we know the pitchers who are on their staff. There's one option that they could add, which is a kid named Dylan Ross, who's a reliever in AAA. He may come up at some point this weekend. It won't be today. But he's been walking a lot of guys in AAA. So I think fans tend to sometimes see there's a name. We did it with Jonah Tong. There's a guy. He's a guy. He's a prospect. Bring him up. But these guys have their warts too. But that's one variable potentially. But overall, it's going to be the players that they have, the matchups that present themselves, and just white knuckle it.
So it's not at all we're in defined roles spot right now. It is just whatever is going to get me through this second at the moment. But I also was kind of referencing more, what would you expect them to do from the starter standpoint the next 2 days if Saturday and Sunday do matter? The
first inning's just another inning. I was actually, believe it or not,
it is completely just that. Yeah.
I'm just and that's they will literally have a starting pitcher because someone pitches the first inning, but they don't have a rotation. I mean, I don't say that flippantly. I say that we've seen what's happened with David Peterson, with Sean Manaea, with Kodai Senga. Clay Holmes has been a solid starter and may get a playoff start. But again, what's a playoff start? 3 innings, 3 1/3, 4 innings. It's all about inning by inning, and the Mets are already in that gear.
Andy Martino, SNY, is with us on that front. If they don't get to the postseason next week, and I hate to be negative, but, it's the job.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, if they don't get there, what does this look like a week from now? Are we seeing major changes? How are they addressing it?
I don't think there are immediate major changes that would make the team better. Obviously, David Stearns isn't going anywhere. Obviously, Carlos Mendoza, that should be obvious. I would say 99.999% chance that he's not going anywhere. And in terms of changes to make the team better for next year, they would point to the pitching staff and the plethora of young pitching that they have as something to be optimistic about. And then they have big decisions to make about their free agents like Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz. And so there's a lot of things coming down the pike that are big picture. But Steve Cohen's not George Steinbrenner. He's not, I'm pissed off, so fire someone. I mean, you could see some potential coaching changes and things like that, but it's not like this gets blown up because of the way this has gone. The organization still feels good about the big picture here. They're just sort of trying to process and manage what's been going on over the past couple of months the best they can.
As far as the Yankees are concerned, getting to next week, how this all looks, the fact that they're in this position where they could still get the bye is pretty remarkable. But how would you expect this to play out for the Yankees in the next couple of days? Do you think they will get to the end here and get the bye in the next week? And is there a path that you want to avoid if you can? Is there a team that you do not want to see if possible?
They would never admit this, but it's the Red Sox. Yeah. I don't care how the Red Sox finish. Alex Cora's Red Sox know how to put their best foot forward playing the New York Yankees. We know this. Even though it would be at Yankee Stadium, and that helps, that's a scary one. And going to Toronto is a scary one. So winning the division is a huge difference here for the Yankees because, as I just said, you skip the Red Sox, and then you would open the division series at home against Toronto, right, instead of in Toronto, where they've really struggled this year. So that's what they want to avoid, is being the wild card and having to do those things. it's a tough path to that still. And they put themselves in that position when they were going so poorly by playing so poorly in Toronto, so they don't have the tiebreaker. And they have Rodgers and Bradish this weekend, 2 Orioles pitchers who are really good. So it's going to be tough, I think, to win the division as well as they're playing. But I think they can handle anything that comes their way. You never know what's going to happen in a postseason, but they are going into October as the AL team that looks the best, that looks the hottest and most confident, and they've got their act together. So I think either way it plays out, you like how they feel going into October, but I think that the 2 teams that scare you the most are the 2 that you would have to hit first. The as I said, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. So it's almost like if you can get past the first week, you feel a lot better. But it's a tough first week if you're the wild card.
I hate to put it this way because no Yankee fan ever wants to hear this. But just a moment for how we got here. Because a few weeks ago, it was, we don't know if they're going to make it. We don't know if they're going to get home here. And they end up winning 21 of 30, 21 of 29, whatever it is, over the last few weeks. So how have they steadied the ship?
Well, they had a great trade deadline. It took a little bit of time for that to settle into place. I think that I don't care what the angry masses say. I covered Aaron Boone for 8 seasons now, and this is a really gifted leader who helps to keep these things steady and keep people on point. And I think that has continued to be a benefit for them. And they're really talented. It's the most talented roster that Brian Cashman has ever given Aaron Boone, arguably, but that's what I believe. So that doesn't hurt either, just to have really good players. But they've handled their players well, too. Let me point to Devin Williams, who now is as a setup guy, is someone you can almost trust.
All right, be careful. Let's not get
point.
Nuts here, okay?
Well, trust is a strong word, but how about not fear as much?
I hate the word trust when it comes to the postseason and pitchers. I hate that word.
That's fair. That's fair. But you know what I mean, the way they've steadied Williams. And if you look back at the way Boone has handled Williams all through the year, like a challenging situation, challenging guy in New York, hasn't fit great. But, getting him out of the closer role in April real quick before it snowballed out of control. Then managing the ups and downs, getting him softer landing spots within the game to build back up his confidence, get that confidence back up, move him back into higher leverage spots. Similar with Luke Weaver. If you really look at the game logs, there was a lot of time there, and I guess probably like July and August, where Weaver was having success by facing much softer parts of the lineup. He wasn't facing the toughest righties, like George Springer's out there. He was facing the bottoms of the lineups and some lefties, getting more confidence. And so there's been a lot of subtleties of how they've handled struggling players this year to start to get them right. The Volpe thing's another example. Just this kid needs backing. He needs confidence. There are a lot of ways in which I think they've just looked at individual situations, individual players, and helped them get through a better place.
Andrew, as always, well done. Insightful, entertaining, and sure, something else. Andy Martino, SNY. Thank you.
I aim for all of that, and I shoved my negative emotions right down into that box for this whole 10 minutes or so. So thanks for the tip at the beginning. I think
Can't
it went
wait to be there when it all blows up. It'll be awesome.
Bye.
Andy Martino, SNY's got you covered all weekend long on the Mets. They've got pre-post all weekend long. Baseball night in New York tonight at 6. And game tonight is on Pix 11, but they've got you through the weekend as well. Bart joins us in moments. Canty on a Friday, as always, will be with us later on. We have got Sideline to Sideline with Bartholomew. We have got Carlin's Corner Table. Dear God, it couldn't be more jammed. And it needs to involve you at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. It is the ESPN New York page on YouTube. It is the ESPN New York app. Bart Carlin with you, ESPN New York. Let's go! Andrew, how goes the battle?
Oh, the battle is, I don't know.
You have no idea what to say.
We're all doing the best we can.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. his parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Oh, don't forget, it's a gridlock alert day with the UN General Assembly in session, so you'll want to avoid the east side in the 40s right now. Big jams on all the avenues in between 1st Ave and 5th Ave. And if you're coming in from Queens, the 59th Street Bridge crawling out to 2nd Ave. You've also got a protest underway in Midtown. They've shut down a stretch of Broadway in between Times Square and West 41st Street. Getting a little bit better in Queens. Westbound belt crash just cleared away at Lefferts Boulevard, still thinning out. And you've got road work in Queens on the BQE eastbound between the LIE and Queens Boulevard, one lane shut. You've also got a lane shut for the outbound George construction at the lower deck goes till 2:30, so a lot of heavy traffic off the Cross Bronx. I'm Jeff Fromm, 880 ESPN New York.
At Garden City Mazda, discover more about what moves you.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Embrace every unexpected turn with the new 2025 Mazda lineup. Refined performance, spacious interiors to fit your life. Elevate your driving experience.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
Well, to hit a home run, everything's got to line up perfectly, just like when you find the person you want to marry. When it's time to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. From their beautiful 2 by London collection to custom designs for any budget, they make finding the perfect ring easy. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations and tell them I sent you for the Michael K. treatment. London Jewelers, getting it just right.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Shop great new offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $239 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. They will take any trade-in and accept all lease returns, even if you didn't lease with them. Plus, enjoy Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance, all included. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Oh, what are you doing? Don't do New York City dirty.
New York City's my heart, my soul. I would never do this place dirty because everything I want is in this city.
Why would you want to dirty somewhere that you live?
This is your home. You don't throw papers out the window, flick cigarette butts.
It's disrespectful. Dispose of it the correct way.
I would never put trash on the ground. That's why we got trash cans. Don't do New York City dirty. Trash your trash.
A message from the Sanitation Foundation.
One by one, we keep this city clean, man. Let's get it.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, your EV countdown to $7,500 in savings ends September 30th. Hurry in, the clock is ticking. You can get a Prologue Touring for $179 per month with 0 down during the EV Countdown sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 3,300 loyalty or conquest, and $7,500 EV credit as down payment.
What if a quarterback completed 4 out of his 5 passes, or a point guard hit 4 out of 5 shots from behind the arc? Well, now when you're hiring, you can play at that level because 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter's technology hustles to find skilled people for your job, and you can invite your top picks to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York app, and on YouTube. I am Chris Carlin. That would mean he is Bart Scott. He is with us after his morning on Get Up. How did that all go this morning? I did not get a chance to see very much of it, but you look good, and that's really what is ultimately the most important.
That's all we care about. You know, how our vanity and what we look like, not exactly how we perform.
No. Why would I care about how I perform? It's better to look good than to feel good. And I think that is what, by looking at me right now, you can tell with a hotel room that is in the darkness in the background, and there is basically a messed up bed with my pants over on the bed. Maybe they've cut off the picture now. Maybe they've wisely done their job in directing this show.
So you're doing the show in your jockstrap or your your Hanes?
No,
your Supermans?
No. I've got some shorts on here.
Oh,
I've got some shorts. Right. You're welcome.
I know.
You're welcome. Nobody needs a visual, and frankly, right now, nobody needs to even imagine it, for Pete's sake. Bart, let's just start here. I spent the first 15, 20 minutes of the show talking about the Mets, and as much as I kind of marvel at how well McLean has pitched for them,
correct,
and how he's the guy to rely on, I have no idea what to expect this weekend. And I just talked to Andy Martino. He doesn't have any idea what to expect this weekend. Do you have any sense of what to expect?
I don't, because like you said, McLean is the only one I can rely on. And you never know when the bats are going to go dead as well, even for him. So you're happy to see that they're able to put up 8 runs for him and then to give him a comfortable lead early so he doesn't have to have all these stressful pitches. But what you know is that you don't know. And you never know how it's going to go, how quick the hook is going to be. They have one of these crazy innings, like, do you stop them before the bleeding's going? And then you look up and, things do go your way. The Diamondbacks lose, but then, from a miraculous catch from the Reds, they find a way to make it even more difficult for you because they're staying pace with you, and you know what that means as far as the tiebreakers. So now it just continues to put more pressure on you. And you want the pressure on McLean, but now you don't know who you're going to put it on. Peterson? Who's up next?
Yeah, it's Sproat tonight to start.
Oh, God.
And then as Andy was just talking about, like, legitimately, through the weekend, it is inning to inning, and that doesn't even mean, like, they don't have the starters named for tomorrow or for Sunday yet, but that's just because it's like, okay, who's available and how can we try to navigate through this inning? Like, it is legitimately out by out through an entire weekend when you got to figure out how to get 54. What's 54 and 27? It's a lot. You got to figure out how to get 81 outs this weekend at least to try to get home.
And it's going to come down to the wire. And to the question that you posed yesterday, is it a good thing that they do it? Because they're going to be filled with the euphoria of making it to the playoffs. Yeah, they didn't win a division. We thought they would. But then do you ignore the problems? The fact that you don't know who you're going to start means that going forward, you got to make sure that you have at least 2 guys you can count on, and maybe Singer moving down to your 3rd starter. You start thinking about that. Like, what is this rotation going to look like next year? We can't be in the same situation, how stressful it was, how you needed to be lucky and good at the same time instead of just good. So, I mean, this is one of those things where you got to analyze yourself, and I hope that even if they do get in, that they can reflect. And I hope they go on a run, but I hope they also keep it in perspective. No different than when the Giants went to the playoffs and they beat Minnesota. Like, no, hell no. It was more about the other people and our opponents that we played than it was about us.
See, it's interesting that you say that. It shouldn't be like that, but it is.
Yeah.
It kind of feels that way. It's a really interesting comparison to me because I think then if we were looking at it realistically, we knew what it was. if we wanted to see it realistically. But do we want to see it that way? Like that's what I'm worried about when I make the case to not make the playoffs, that actually would end up being better for them long term. But I can't root against it in the next couple of days,
Can they have the maturity to recognize that it's a one-off, that just because you found a way this year doesn't mean that you're going to find a way next year, and you have to be better because you assume that the talent is going to be better. Like, how do you build out this roster? Every year is a different year, and when you get in there, they can make some noise because they can get hot. They have players that can get streaky. But ultimately, the fact that you feel so vulnerable from a pitching standpoint, you should never want to feel like that ever again.
I got a lot of problems here this morning, and I want to address them with you.
No room service?
No rooms. Well, there is room service, but I didn't get it today. Can we just, on a separate note, this whole idea about when you stay somewhere and the free breakfast thing.
Yeah.
Hey, like, it's not really free. Like, it's built into the price. They're
Yeah,
getting
of
their
course.
slice.
Okay.
All right? Number two.
It's a placebo.
What they're trying to get away with when it comes to the bread options, like, they are giving you 6-week-old bread and let's throw it in the toaster.
I remember last year, my nephew came and stayed, and they had breakfast down there. They had biscuits and gravy. Like,
Really?
I
didn't see any biscuits and gravy today, I can tell you that.
You got some Cheese Whiz and Ritz crackers.
I'm in the north, so they don't do the grits thing up here in Minnesota.
No?
So
What do they do in Minnesota?
It's basically standard fare. Now,
Barley?
if you can deep fry it and pour extra cheese on it, they're not against it. They just don't do the grits.
Wow. Grits is like and it's that type. How's the weather? Because the weather usually suggests it's grit season, it's pot pie season, it's almost apple picking season, it's apple cider spiked drink time,
Now,
hot toddy time almost.
It's supposed to get up to the high 70s today. It's like 65 when I was outside this morning going to get coffee.
Global warming's real.
Well, yeah, but listen, I'm out there, and you're trying to get this bagel in a bag of bagels past me, making me think that you bought this somehow less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's like beer nuts. They just pass it around. Everybody's hands and been in there, fondled through which one they want. I don't want the sesame seed. Bye. Give me anything bagel. It's all the way at the bottom. I'll get it.
No, but it's like they believe that if you just put something in the toaster, you're fine.
Yeah.
But
you killed everything.
No.
Don't worry about it.
It's Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, on the ESPN New York app, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN, on the YouTube page as well for ESPN New York. You should be with us there if you're not watching. By all means, you need to be watching Monday night because it's the Monday Night Football experience with the brand new ESPN New York Couchcast. When the Jets-Dolphins game happens in this Week 4 AFC East matchup. You got to settle in and watch with us on the Altcast. We're all going to be there except for Bart. He's got SNY, but we'll dial you up at some point during the game.
Please.
And get your thoughts in there. And we'll get unfiltered from Bart, which, trust me, can get a lot of us in trouble. That could definitely get us a lot of us in trouble. And the behind the mic banter, it's all going to be streamed live right here on the YouTube page for ESPN New York from kickoff until the final whistle. Grab the snacks. Let's make this work. ESPN New York Couchcast is presented by Calander's Bakery, by Jacob's Pickles, and driven by the All-American Ford Auto Group. Your giant Ford Auto Group with giant savings and a giant selection. It's Monday, September the 29th, this coming Monday, starting at 7 on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Did you see that they dropped off the All-American Ford little mini Jeep car for people to drive around in?
I did, and I didn't recognize and understand what the weight capacity was. I think that thing needs to be reinforced. I see that thing going down after maybe like halftime when somebody gets in it, gets a couple drinks or some adult juice, and tries to hit donuts because they got the plastic wheels, not the rubber.
Yeah, here's the thing. I saw that thing yesterday before I left, and I made up my mind. Like, you can't put enough alcohol in me to make me make that bad decision.
Yeah, you would look like King. You would look like King Poopa on Mario Kart or Donkey Kong. we can't put you in there. It's
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. What are you expecting from the Mets this weekend? What are you Not just hoping for. What are you expecting? Because I want to know if people are actually expecting something. I think expect is a tough word here. That is next after Bart tells you about this from our friends at Samwell.
Yeah, I think it may be a little bit more of a hope and wish. That's where the Met fans are living right now. No knowns. Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday, but you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain. Even getting off the counts can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live that way. Help is here. Dr. Jay Shaw at Samwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraine, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that is customized for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available, and the offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SamwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SamwellPain.com. Relief, closer than you think, and it starts today.
Friday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What should Giants fans expect from Jaxson Dart in his first start?
I think they're excited to see what Jaxson Dart can do and the energy that he could bring the team, right? And they think he's going to be a good player eventually in this league, and there's really nothing not to like about him, right? He's a very likable guy. He has, the word they use is aura, right? He has this aura around him, and some people say it's, the it factor kind of thing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Ready to fire up your Saturdays? FanDuel's got a boost you don't want to miss. It's called Boosting with the Boys, and it's giving everyone a college football profit boost every single week. So here's how it works. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets the boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/Rick to download the app. Check out the Boostin' with the Boys offer and get in on the action. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets the boost. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Honey, this is it.
Shot clock winding down. Trailing by 2.
When you can't miss the last shot, and neither can he, don't take slow for an answer.
Pastrello shoots. Didn't see it, Carl.
Switch to Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at just $40 a month. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
What went through your head on the last shot?
It all happened so fast. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
ESPN New York Couchcast is coming.
I just didn't feel like physically getting off the couch.
Don't miss this live stream event with your favorite ESPN New York personalities, including Dave Rothenberg.
Is football season here yet?
Rick DiPietro, Chris Carlin, Michael Kay.
Oh, football.
And Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
They're playing football!
It all happens September 29th when the Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Watch the guys' instant reactions and hear their unfiltered commentary all game long.
You're bad at football.
See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
I'm just trying to have the best possible show.
When does that start?
The ESPN New York Couchcast is brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
On the YouTube channel, you can chime in with your comments, which I will occasionally mention and work into the show, which I will do right now. Spencer Williams checking in. Daboll is the quarterback killer, not the whisperer. I'm going to get into that in a few minutes because there was something really interesting that Jordan Renan was talking about this morning that kind of brings me back to about a year and a half ago and why this whole situation is even a little bit more alarming now. And then Sean Baramdo. This is a little bit, speaking of alarming, this is for you. Bart, from a bald guy. That hairline on your right side, cheese on the taco. Talk to a professional.
To me?
What are they talking about?
To me?
That's what he's saying about you.
Oh, yeah. Right here? Oh, yeah. Probably like a little light spot. Remember, I cut my hair down for being long, so, got a little light spot. It's all good.
But it doesn't, I don't see it. Like, your hairline's fine.
Hey,
listen,
actually,
I'll be the first to point out when somebody's going bald because if I got to be miserable, I want you to be miserable with me.
And I lined myself up this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I know whenever I try to do that, at least with the beard, it never goes well.
Yeah.
It's
tough sometimes. Then, so I got a little makeup there, so, whatever.
800-919-3776. All right, let's get a few of these calls up. We got Giants at the top of the hour. Right now we got Subi in Midtown to start us off on ESPN New York. Subi, what's up, baby?
Hey, I was just listening to Cam Newton talk about Tua again, and he thinks that Tua should let it rip against the Jets because of the receivers they have. Does Bart think that that's a bad sign for the Jets because Tua is not the most he's not the worst quarterback in the world, let's put it that way.
Him and Cam made up because they were beefing before. He was talking about, guys playing on the field with clickers. So
yeah, Cam just revealed that Tua, he doesn't like the loud Tua. He likes the quiet Tua that can actually be a competent quarterback. So I think the Dolphins have a chance to really put a number on the Jets this week because of the fact that he's going to be angry playing against the Jets. What do you guys think?
I mean, listen, me knowing what I know now, playing with Jason Teller, working with guys that used to play for the Dolphins, for some reason, sees the game against the Jets is like a Super Bowl for them. Like that's their rival and internally within the building. And I never realized that. I remember how like Cleveland used to think that they were our rival, but then we thought that the Steelers was our rival. And so like they would sometimes play with a level of energy and passion and commitment like it was a rivalry game, and we didn't come with that same passion. We had to realize that we're going to play a team that hates us or organizationally, have imposter syndrome, maybe because Miami versus New York and so many New York people live down in Miami. But, the Jets better realize, and if you don't know, if you're a new player here, that this is a game that they're going to be hyped up with. So whatever your rival is, expect that type of energy, even though the Jets don't look at them as their rival.
There's nothing sadder than when you look at somebody as a rival and they look at you like
you're like who are you?
Yeah,
like what?
It's unfortunately like even when you go back and watch some of the Jeter documentary from a couple of years ago, like Jeter and the Yankees talked about that like the Mets. Like you got to beat the Mets, but like it's the Mets. They don't look at it like that. And when you have that, like I'm surprised the Dolphins look at the Jets like that. And then I'm surprised the Jets would look at the Steelers like that because the Steelers probably look at the Jets like,
man, get out of here. We got bigger problems than you. We ain't
like Steelers, Ravens, we know you hate each other. We know you hate each other. But it's got to be weird to be on the end of it where you pumped up and think it's a big rivalry and the other guy's like,
because it's only a rivalry if you take something important from them.
Yes.
Like the Ravens and the Patriots and the Jets didn't become a rivalry till we took the AFC Championship from them. But it has to be consistent. It's like the Ravens and the Patriots. That whole stint when Joe Flacco was there, when they sent the Patriots home a couple times, and then the Patriots had the illegal formations and they beat them. And you got to be a worthy opponent. You can't be Glass Joe lose all the time and say, no, this is my rival. Like, to who?
Bart and Carlin, the Jaxson Dart era begins this weekend. But what really alarms me more is the whole coaching situation, and we should have seen this being a little bit more of a problem than we acknowledged at the time a couple of years ago. We'll revisit that in a moment. What the hell is he talking about? I don't even know. Let's find out together next on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app.
Shop great new offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $239 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. They will take any trade-in and accept all lease returns, even if you didn't lease with them. Plus, enjoy Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance, all included. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, your EV countdown to $7,500 in savings ends September 30th. Hurry in, the clock is ticking. You can get a Prologue Touring for $179 per month with zero down during the EV Countdown sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 3,300 loyalty or conquest, and $7,500 EV credit as down payment.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Well, to hit a home run, everything's got to line up perfectly, just like when you find the person you want to marry. When it's time to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. From their beautiful 2 by London collection to custom designs for any budget, they make finding the perfect ring easy. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations and tell them I sent you for the Michael K treatment. London Jewelers, getting it just right.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
You know, a couple of years ago, about a year and a half ago, we should have acknowledged a little bit bigger what a problem was and how much it was going to continue to linger for the Giants. It's Bart Carlin on 880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app. Look, you know that over the last few days, I have really been not torn up, but I've really been conflicted and somewhat confused by how this is all being handled by the Giants. And not just because Dart is starting. I don't even have a major problem with that, but it's around the decision-making process. This morning, Jordan was on with the boys, with DNR, and talked about what happened a couple of years ago, because Dave actually brought it back, which I thought in a moment was like, okay. He brought back what happened between Wink Martindale and Brian Daboll and why that relationship fell apart, and it applies to today. Hit it.
There was just a lot of finger pointing. Like they both thought that both of them were pointing the finger at the other guy and undercutting the other guy, and then Wink was basically done. The two of them butted heads on essentially everything, and that relationship was bad at the end, and they just didn't get along at all. Wink Martindale actually, for as much as we would say about him, he definitely could have handled it better. He was right about a lot of things about how they changed. Part of his contention was that they changed plans. They switched everything up all the time, and he was pointing the finger at him and pointing the finger at the defense, which we kind of see again while the offense is struggling. And guess what? Those kind of things kind of continued after he left, even after he left. So you kind of understand to a degree like what his complaint was. Now, should it and could it have been handled better? Like I thought they'd be able to figure it out, but that relationship was so bad. I remember talking to Wink before it was over, and he told me that there's no way I'm coming back. I'm like, no, John Mara will come in and iron it out, and he's like, no, I can't work here. I won't work here. I can't see there being success with the way that we operate on a day-to-day basis long term.
Think about that for a second.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. So finger pointing, okay, listen, that happens. You're going to see coaches do that, and it's not a good thing.
But it's the
I'm
vision.
not excusing it.
But it's the vision. Like, finger pointing is usually within units. So, like, you might have, like, the linebacker coach and the safety coach not getting along, or the D-line coach because they're not working in unison, and the D-line ain't listening to the linebackers because they supposed to listen to the linebackers when the linebackers make a change or make a call. So I didn't understand. Like, I understand that point. You talk about separation of units. You're basically, as a coach, pitting the offense versus the defense and blaming each other about whose fault it is. That's a major red alert.
Well, yes. So that's my point here. Like, that comes up. You also have the idea that Wink is saying, the plan keeps changing about what we're going to do here. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that feel like what's going on right now?
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, the plan keeps changing
as he's taking over the calls now. So Kafka's like, okay, what are we doing?
Like, how exactly are you supposed to continue to have any kind of solidarity? But more than anything, have your players continue to hear the message. And I guess this takes me back to this whole decision in the first place. Like, all that stuff. If you're John Mara and you're Steve Tisch and you hear what Wink Martindale says when all of that breaks down, right? Okay. Wink's, strong personality. And we have all known defensive coordinators who are very strong personalities. And there have been divisions inside teams when, like, a defense is much better than the offense.
Yeah.
But that division was based more on a defense that was not a whole lot better, but certainly Daboll, if he's pointing the finger over there and then he's constantly changing the plans, like, doesn't all of that come back to be a red flag when it continues, really?
Yeah, because
like that's my thing. If that's the case, why is he still here?
Yeah, first thing you do is you fire the coaches because that's the first person you can blame. Then you try and fire the players, but then you have to take ownership. And that's kind of where we are because they've gotten them better players and new players drafted, players and brought players in that were supposed to be developed. And they've got guys in free agency, and it just hasn't worked. So, you have to throw that on Shane, too. But I can understand the frustration from a defense coordinator if we can't get along because leadership is also about being able to lead, but also being humble enough to know that you have to value the people that you bring in opinions as well, especially when it's defense, something that's not your expertise.
So at the Michigan Bowl game this past year, I sat with Wink Martindale in a production meeting, and you can tell he's a no-nonsense guy, and you can tell he's a guy with a healthy chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of chalking some of that up to that. When you get big personalities together, sometimes they clash. And Wink struck me, Bart, as a defensive coordinator whose personality might be bigger than the head coach's.
Right.
And
like Rex.
So naturally there would be a divide.
He's out of the Rex mode.
Right. But
Rob,
Rex was a good head coach for a while too.
Yeah, but I'm saying as a coordinator.
Right.
He could cast a big shadow where he almost takes over the popularity of your team.
Which, as we have talked about, probably costs Rex some coordinator jobs.
Of course.
The last few years. But having said all that, if it's much more about, well, Wink's pointing to these specific problems, and then you're John Mara, and those specific problems continue, and it turns out he was right, and you've won 3 of the last 20 games, what the hell are we doing here? Don't I feel even dumber about making the decision I did to keep my coach and my GM before I even had Jaxson Dart here? Like, I had moved on from Daniel Jones. Mm-hmm. I could have just had the clean break. Those problems are the ones that led to that breakup. And those problems continued because everybody's pointing the finger at Shane Bowen and the Giants defense, and that's happened a little bit. And in
31st defense in the league, which is surprising.
Yeah. So Bart, I guess my point is what am I missing here? Why is he still here? Why wouldn't you make that decision if you're the owner?
Because I didn't want I didn't want to be like I watched a video of all the teams that we had before and realized that I don't want to be the team or the organization that keeps hiring and firing people every other couple of years. And I'm paying 2 coaches all at the same time, right? So you look at from Gase to Joe Judge, like it seems like to people that are new fans that the Giants aren't a good organization. If you're 25 years old, you just know the Giants as being a certain way, right, for the majority of your life. You don't remember when you were a kid. you know, you remember 2012? That was what, 13 years ago. Like if you were 10, if you're 10, you're in your 20s now. You're like, yo, this team it's like been horrible, and it's not just like they're not good. Like the Jets aren't good, right? But they get some 7 wins, whatever. You pissed off, but like 3 wins, starting off 0-4, 0-5. That's hard, man. That's hard to swallow.
Well, we talked to McCourty about that yesterday, right? And how important it is to finally start getting some
results.
I have faith that that's going to happen. Like, I'm not writing the Jets off. Monday night, they lose that game. It's going to do a lot, in shaking that faith. But I want to take you to this giant quote yesterday from Daboll, and I'm still trying to make sense of it, okay? So the Giants apparently practiced outside yesterday in the rain.
What?
Now, yeah. Like,
are they anticipating rain? Is rain on the forecast for Sunday? Wet ball drills?
Looked.
Could be wet ball drills. I'll look. You go ahead and talk. I finish your point. I'll find out.
Yeah. Well, but this was the point. After the fact, the Giants head coach was asked why his team is practicing outside when it's rainy and slippery. Daboll typically keeps, this is from Pat Leonard, typically keeps his team inside on practice days like that. Here was the quote. It's good for the guys' legs. Instead of going in on turf, we'd rather be out here.
That's true.
I wish it wasn't slippery, but we'd rather go in here than go in there, pointing to the inside practice facility. And so would the, air quote, medical people.
Well, they're doing that. If they're saying that, they're doing that for Neighbors and they're doing that for Thomas, right? Because, like, when you're injured, the GMAT is what they call it, and that's how you measure the buoyancy of the field. So we have a machine. We manage the buoyancy of the field. And remember, at the end of the day, at the bottom of grass is dirt. Under the bottom of a artificial field is eventually concrete and crushed stone and stuff like that. So hard on the joints, right? A lot of guys, they do that for older teams, but they're probably definitely doing that for Neighbors who's injured and definitely doing that for him. So I can understand that, but the other research you asked me to get, it's a 50% chance of rain on Sunday as well. So you want to get your you want to get your wet ball drills in because a lot of guys don't know how to handle wet balls and play with wet footballs. You have a young quarterback that's starting for the first time. Ball security and job security is paramount when you're holding the ball. You don't want to come up with the empty hand that's now considered a fumble, or you don't want to get hit or realize what type of gloves you want to wear to catch, if you want leather or you want the clear coat thing, or if you want to take if you're a guy that wears sleeves and rushes the football, if you want to take the elbow sleeves off. So that's important to be able to try, and because you're going to have your practice outside today and you'll be back fine, but that allows you yesterday to be able to kind of get some situational type of practice.
Well, the reason I brought it up is just the way that he talked about it was a little bit weird, to say the air quote medical people. Like, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but a few other people were making something of it yesterday. Like, is Daboll at this point, like, not just looking at Dart as the only way to save his job, but is, when you hear comments like that, is he just trying to shoot his way out of town? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that quote wrong.
Or trying to shoot himself into town. Trying to get to the other end of the rainbow, hoping that this. Listen, it's a lot of optimism, and I always kind of put up the weather kite when I go on the show.
Yeah,
and like Tannenbaum and Peter are like, yeah, the Giants can pull an upset. I'm like, what? Like,
no.
What gives you? You just told me in the same sentence that the Chargers may be the best team in the AFC. The Giants are the 31st ranked defense, and they're starting a rookie quarterback. And you're telling me that you think they can get the upset. Like, make that make sense to me, because that makes absolutely, a West Coast team coming over to the East Coast.
Well, but like we were talking about that yesterday, right? Like all the different, they're going here, they're going there, they've been here, all this. But, like, they're a much better team.
Right, and it's early.
Like, you're not exhausted. This isn't November.
The quarterbacks couldn't be any different. And if the Giants, and when you want to say, oh, well, the Giants got a historical unit, the Chargers maybe are the number one scoring defense in football almost for a year and a half.
Historical unit, how the Giants have? Like
31st in the league in defense.
Yeah, that bad.
With all those players. But we thought they were good. That's what they were saying. Oh, well, the defense can figure it out. The defense is going to get a jolt of energy because now Jaxson Dart's there. I think what Russell Wilson did in the red zone was unforgivable, and that made the team say we can't win with him. But now because Jackson's there, they're going to feel good.
Okay, hang on.
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Okay, that's what they said. That's fine. And I'm not knocking. I trust what Mike Tannenbaum says.
Me and Harry said, hey, and I said, listen, I am about to start an account with LabCorp, and I'm drug testing all y'all. Y'all gotta be high. You gotta be meeting up with Dog before the show and eating some of them gummies that he be eating.
Can we stop talking about the fact that Russ in the red zone, well, that was it. That was the final straw. Right. I get it. It looked horrible. I get it. And I think there's something to what you were hinting at the other day, that when it's talked about, as much as it was last night on the broadcast too, by the way, about Russ playing his way out of the Hall of Fame, the more I think about it, the more I think, oh, Russ just didn't want to add another interception to that group. That's exactly what happened on that play. And yes, it might have been the final straw, but please don't tell me about how defeated everybody was in the whole scenario, and this guy can't play, and we've got to get him out of here, because they might be more energized by Jaxson Dart taking over. But do we all of a sudden think that the Giants are going to go on this historic run and beat the Chargers? Are you drunk? Honestly.
And what I said on Get Up is, this is the issue.
Is Schrager doing shots?
Listen, I don't know what I don't know what he doing, man. He doing something strong. He's doing bath salt. He's doing bath salt or something. Like I say,
listen, maybe we'll be wrong, okay? Maybe. I would be as confident in a pick on the Chargers this weekend as I would be on anything.
Yeah, that could be your survivor pool.
Well, I'm dead, so don't ask me. But it could be yours.
I'm still alive?
You are.
Oh, man. Who did I pick last week?
Somebody who won. Who did you pick last week, Tom?
That would be the Colts.
Oh.
Yeah, you picked the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I take the Dolphins this week?
You cannot do that. You cannot do that.
Aha, self-sabotage.
Oh, my God. It really would be. 800-919-3776. Let's get some calls in here. 800-919-ESPN. David and Elizabeth is up on 880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app. What's up, David?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, I'm going to make 2 quick points. I'm all right. So I'm going to make 2 quick points. With the Mets, I love what they did last night. They kept the pressure on. Lindor 30-30. I know we don't celebrate, individual stats because it's an organizational thing, but I hope they can continue and we can get into the postseason. I always talk Jets, but we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna go Giants. Now, just like Bart said, I don't know what they're intaking, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. They might be high. And I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna say it real quick. I don't hope Dart does bad because I'd like him to flourish. I would like for him and Fields to have a beautiful week this week. But we're going to be realist here. There's going to be a pick. It might be a pick 6, and he's going to get a lot of welcome to the NFL moments getting hit. Nothing has changed because they put him in, like Bart said. Yeah, we're going to open up the playbook. He's going to do some different things, but that's not going to work. And you're going against Harbaugh. You see what he's done against rookie quarterbacks, and you know he's going to show him a good time this Sunday.
And mentor, really. They're going to heat his ass up. And it's great.
Exactly.
He's going to have some moments when he could, show his athleticism, throw up the ball, do something. But the Chargers are going to score points, which is going to force the Giants to try and keep pace. And I don't know if the Giants have the personnel to try and play keep away from the Chargers and and run the ball. Scatterboo, unless you're going to get 3 yards in the crowd of dust every single play. So, now it could be a lot of negative plays that's going to happen because he's holding on to the football. You could try boots and waggles, throwbacks. It's usually a game plan for stuff like that. And what we know is that the best of them, Eli Manning, first 4 games as a rookie, 30.2 or something like that
Quarterback
QBR.
rating. Yeah.
Against us in the Ravens, he had a 0 QBR. Hembo told me today he could have literally spiked the ball in the ground and would have had a better QBR than actually throwing the football. 0.0. And that's Eli Manning, the Hall of Famer.
This is what I would say to people. Remember all of that. Think about that this weekend. Do not, because now it's a lot different, okay? We understand this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot different with how we view quarterbacks as long-term projects, because back then you did pay them all up front, and now it's I don't have to pay you until I have to pay you a few years from now. So when Jaxson Dart, as the 25th, 26th pick, is making his first start this weekend, and Eli Manning came in 2004 as the number 1 overall pick, and in his first 4 games, in each game, completed less than 50% of his passes, you have to remember that, and you have to try to keep that in mind.
So then here's the other conundrum. Is that the word? I don't know. All right.
That's the word.
Here's the other dilemma. Yeah, problem, right?
Yeah, conundrum. You had it right.
So when
do not question your instincts.
Hey, man, I got an associate's degree from DeVry. But anyway.
Exactly.
If that happens, just imagine what Week 5 can be. Week 5 could be Jaxson Dart, and I said this on Get Up this morning. Week 5 could be Jaxson Dart playing for the right to remain the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. Because if they lose to the Saints, they're going to be sitting there with the number 1 pick. More than likely, the number 1 pick. Because I feel like the Saints have more chances because they're going to play the Panthers again or twice, and they're going to play Atlanta twice. So they have a shot. If they lose that game, I don't see another winnable game really on the Giants roster. Now, do I think they're going to lose every game? I don't think so. But if they lose the tiebreaker to the Saints, it could be an opportunity where it's going to be a new coach here. And then that new coach is going to say, do you believe enough in Jaxson Dart? Is he the type of player that can play in your system? And they might say, hey, man, I'd rather go with Aller. He's my type of quarterback.
Right.
I'd rather start over and have 5 years. I'd rather start over and have 5 years with my guy because you got to make a decision in 4 if you're going to pick up his 5th-year option. So I'd rather give myself as much time as I need with a guy that I choose and I believe is a guy. And if that's the case, what was this year all about?
It was about a complete waste of time.
My point.
Yeah.
That's what Daboll is trying to stave off.
So, well, let's be clear. If the Giants end up in a position where they could have the number 1 pick, nobody coming in is going to look at Jaxson Dart and say he's the future because he wouldn't have shown you enough if that's the case, right? You would absolutely be moving on. And frankly, it's not like that would be hard to sell to John Mara because that would be an opportunity to just start fresh across the board, and they did not give up
a
ridiculous asset to go and get him.
Yeah, 2
right?
twos.
Yes. So I don't think that's –
you can get that back from trading Thibodeau.
I'll tell you, if he's middle of the road, they may not bring him back.
Yeah.
Maybe they bring him back as a backup, but I wouldn't even do that.
You got Jameis Winston to mentor and tutor your new guy. You got him for 2 years on the contract.
It wouldn't make
at
any
a really
sense.
great price.
I need Jameis to be there so that I ensure if I'm starting my Drew Aller or whoever the number 1 pick is next year, that there's not a lot of talk behind that.
Yep.
I'll tell you.
It can get coyote ugly around here, man. That's high stakes sports.
I don't know that people fully appreciate how big of a mess this is.
Or could be.
Yeah, and how much it could grow. That's a great point. How much this could really grow. Because it's not too long from now that you can be saying, again, well, what the hell did I just do for the last couple of years? What did I do this past year? Like John Mara might be saying that right now. What did I do in bringing these guys back? Like I could at least, if I'm going to lose these games, be losing with a new regime and maybe a new quarterback. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
We get Mr. Carter going right here?
Yo, they told me he asked for LT's jersey.
Yeah, he did. I mean, we talked about this.
And he's a rotational player at this point. Like I said, Aiden Hutchinson, Michael Parsons. I'm trying to think of all the guys that have come out and played well. Even Trayvon Walker.
Micah is the one that said he's going to be the best Penn State pass rusher of all time.
Yeah, he didn't say he was going to be the best week 1 or week 2 or month 1.
We haven't seen it yet. Just worry about your own number.
Yeah, number 1. Ichiban. Ichiban.
800-919-3776 on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where we can be seen at the moment, and you're welcome for that. There are people here who are just suggesting just the absurd that Tua is somehow going to light up the Jets this Monday.
He's playing well. He's undefeated. That's why he's 5-0 against the Jets. That's why people are saying that.
I know, but come on. They cannot lose this game, can they?
If they win this game, it's still hope.
I got a couple of things I need you to be thinking about here as we move forward into this show. Number one, I need you to be thinking about who your survivor pick this week is going to be. Okay? Because you're still very much alive in that on the ESPN New York survivor pool. Number two, I need you to be thinking about where you want to go with your NFL picks, because we're going to pick the Giant game, we're going to pick the Jet game, and we're going to pick the Packers-Cowboys game on Sunday night.
Nice.
So keep all three of those in mind.
Gotcha.
So that's all in front of us as well. We still have sideline to sideline to come. We still have Canty to come. We still have the corner table to come. Tacos today.
Taco Tuesdays. Or
except
on a
it's Friday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's Tuesday somewhere. No, it's not.
I want you to think about this. Is there such a thing as a bad taco? Because you've been critical of my grading system of late.
Yeah, I got strong opinions about that.
And I would say it's hard to find bad tacos. I want to know if it's possible to have that as I give out my scores later. They may not be what you think they are based on what I'm saying, but you understand.
I'll be ready.
Think about that.
I'll be ready.
All right. It's all in front of you for us on the ESPN New York YouTube page, on the ESPN New York app. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Garden City Mazda, discover more about what moves you.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Embrace every unexpected turn with the new 2025 Mazda lineup. Refined performance. Spacious interiors to fit your life. Elevate your driving experience.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN on the ESPN New York app, 800-919-3776. Did anybody tell the folks from the Ryder Cup team, the U.S. Ryder Cup team, that the match has actually begun? The matches have begun.
Yeah, we were getting our brakes beat off. Greeny was getting alerts while we were on the air. He's like, hey, way to support our show.
We're getting our ass kicked.
Yeah.
What's going on? I mean, geez. Fellas.
They ain't even close.
Let's get going here. It's absurd.
Where's your pride? This is America. I'm American.
DeChambeau and Thomas lost 4-3. Scheffler and Henley lost 5-3. Morikawa and Harris English lost 5-4. I mean, get your asses in gear. Oh, my God. And then Schauffele and Canty are tied with Victor Hovland and Robin McIntyre through 16. Fellas, wake up. Otherwise, this ain't going to be a very thrilling Ryder Cup out on the island this weekend. Come on.
Who's the home team, man? What's up with that?
That's us. But we're getting our asses kicked.
That's what I'm saying. Who we supposed to be home team?
I just ate something that was really dry, too, and I have no beverage around me.
Yeah, that's why I went in. I tried to get there, and I'm looking. I see the C4. I'm like, don't want that. I was like, let me water down some hot chocolate.
That's a good call by you. Meanwhile, I went through the 2 bottled waters in this room in about 8 seconds last night. I don't know, but I don't know if you know this. Airplanes tend to dry you out a little bit.
Yeah, dehydration.
Oh my God.
Oh man, yeah, you need some of those. Who's those people that we met with the electrolytes? We need those people. But see, if they sponsored us, then we would be able to travel with it because you would put it in your underground thing. So
let's go.
So we ready to push the product.
I'm parched right now.
We ready to push the product. I really like the cucumber and lime. You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell nobody without a price.
Eyes on the cash, always. Audio files, let's go.
The audio file.
Tom Bauer's here. It's a Tom Bauer Friday, and Tom has got your audio files for you. Let's hear it, Tom.
Oh, let's do it indeed. So we heard from some Mets earlier, that being Carlos Mendoza and Francisco Lindor. Now we're going to hear from a Yankee, specifically Aaron Boone, because the Yankees last night, with their win, they clinched at most.
You hear this from Tom? Do you hear this in his voice right away?
Yeah, at most. I ain't seen him this excited.
At worst, the wild card home series.
I ain't seen him this excited till Smashburger brought up some free samples.
What did I do wrong there? I'm happy for my team.
I don't know. Just the way you started it, you were like, okay, guys, let's get it going. First and foremost, the Yankees. I don't even know what that voice was.
Let's see if he keeps that same energy when he goes down to the other topics.
Next, Tom.
All right, so here's Aaron Boone on securing home field.
Yeah.
Great, but that's not the world we're even living in right now. It's like we need to try and win every game, and that's our focus and keeping it like that. Now that you say that, great. It's on to Baltimore now, and obviously a really good pitcher coming in to face us tomorrow. So it's as small as we want to keep it right now.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, now Tom's Barry Manilow with the deep voice. Next one.
Well, listen, you killed my spirits, so you know what? I'm going to be a little upset.
That's okay.
Well, come
Look,
back.
Bart, I said this at the beginning of the show before you got here. Can we just have a minute to appreciate the Yankees?
Yeah.
Because for 2 months there was a whole lot of, I guess, just not
uncertainty
about where they were. Yeah.
Thank God for Grisham. Thank God for Grisham.
Well, it's
where
been
would they be
Grisham,
without Grisham?
And it's been Rodon and Fried have started, they've kind of straightened it out. Fried was struggling there for a while. I really, to go 21-8 over the last 29, to straighten themselves out. And, I mean, they were 6-7 back of Toronto in the American League East. And now you have a chance to win the division and the number one seed in the entire league. This is why at the beginning of the year, I was not that concerned about them, not just because the rest of the league wasn't very good. I still thought they were pretty good. And then we hit the middle of the season, and I'm like, what is this? But I give them credit. They deserve credit for doing this.
Yeah, they've been a non-story where the Mets have been the story for the last 2-3 weeks, is not believing the collapse that we were witnessing. And the Yankees just went about their business and handled business. Nothing to see here. And they end up where we all thought they could end up, and they probably understood where they wanted to be. And they're playing their best baseball at the right time. They have basically a homecoming game. You think about playing against the Orioles, things get a lot easier for them. Meanwhile, we got a scoreboard watch over here, at Citi Field and Flushing, trying to see if we can get an opportunity not to be the laughing joke of the MLB again.
Next.
All right, so you mentioned Russell Wilson earlier in the whole Hall of Fame thing, and I don't know why this is starting to pop up on social media nowadays. I don't understand this take about how Russell Wilson can play himself out of the Hall of Fame. I think it's completely stupid that people have that take. Now, that being said, that's going to set me up for Stephen A. Smith here on First Take, who helps my case a little bit as to why Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer and kind of shutting down that narrative a little bit.
Here's what I said yesterday to three football minds I have profound reverence and respect for. Here's the deal. They asked about Russell Wilson, and all I was saying is that Eli Manning was denied that first ballot Hall of Fame slot. You're going to look at what happens to him, because if he gets in, you can't keep Russell Wilson out. That's what I was saying. Here's where I was coming from. Eli Manning does have 2 Super Bowl rings. He played 17 years in the NFL. He had a winning season 7 times. Okay, that's number one. 7 out of 17. Number 2, when you look at his record is a career 500, 117 and 117. Russell Wilson is 41 games over 500. The first 9 years of his career, he had a winning record. He went to as many Super Bowl appearances and won a chip. When I look at the totality of his resume, I'm saying if you put Eli in, there's no way you can keep him out. That's all I was saying. If you're going to put Eli Manning in as a 500 record quarterback, okay, with 10 non-winning seasons out of 17, how are you going to ignore a Super Bowl champion who had 9 consecutive winning seasons to start off his career? It was 41 games over 500 as a starting quarterback. How can you leave him out?
Sounds like Joe Flacco to me.
You know what it sounds like?
What are we talking about? Like that just because you do that doesn't mean you're a Hall of Famer. Like, Eli's there because he beat the unbeatable team, the perfect team. That's why Eli's there, and he did it twice. So when you don't have that regular season resume, that postseason resume better be nice. And people give the Legion of Boom the credit for the Super Bowl that Russell Wilson won, not because he was a placeholder, so to speak.
That was a blowout game from the get-go.
Right,
I mean,
because of the defense.
Yes, they tore the doors off of Peyton Manning from the start. And
it was
you
never,
can also make the case that they lost the Super Bowl the next year because of Russ.
And check this out. Russell Wilson never got a MVP vote in his career. So let that marinate,
Think
too.
about that.
Not one. Not a vote.
Bart, you know what else works against him? At least publicly, to me.
Yeah.
Look at the last couple of years. The fall off when the trade that the Broncos made and then the money that they turned over to him to get so little on the return
The
for
worst quarterback contract in the history of football.
Yeah. That to me
too.
is really what is going to, if you're talking about somebody playing their way out, he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
Correct.
That took him off of it.
I mean, what is it? The Hall of Fame or the Hall of Very Good? Or good, not even very good. Because
Would you agree that he was on his way to being a Hall of Famer, but the last few years have to play a big role in him not being there?
Like the last 7?
Really? Listen, you
Even
look at the last couple in Seattle. They were not good.
Right, his last
even
couple
before
in
Denver.
Right. So the last couple in Seattle, then Denver 2 years, then Pittsburgh, then this. That's 7 years of bad football.
Worst trade. The Russell Wilson trade or the Herschel Walker trade?
At least Herschel Walker
when you
went
factor everything in.
Herschel Walker went and played well, though.
Yeah.
Like, Russ left, and he was horrible for 3 different organizations.
And they handed over the money.
Ruined the Giants, did nothing for Pittsburgh, and destroyed. They're better off with a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. As soon as he left, Bo Nix took that same roster to the playoffs. Come on, Tom. How dare you? The Hall
Tom,
of Average.
all of this to say.
What is this, basketball?
It may not be Schrader.
Carlos Boozer just went into the NBA Hall of Fame. They just let anybody in that one.
Well, they do let anybody in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Let's be
real.
real.
Because of college. No, man, get out of here.
Come on. Tom, all of this to say you're higher than Schrager was.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Listen, my main thing is
he's not better than Phillip Rivers.
I'm not saying he is. My whole big thing is that I don't know if you can necessarily play yourself out of the Hall of Fame. I don't believe that.
He never played himself in. He still had work to do. Like at the end of Terrell Suggs' career, he had to get some more sacks to add up to be able to qualify. And Terrell Suggs would eventually go in, but he was the MVP, defensive MVP. He played on some of the greatest defenses in the history of football, right? Russ doesn't have any of those accolades. It's never a time in Russell Wilson's career that we ever believed that he was a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Name me a year.
All right, you're right. Let's go to the next. Next.
All right, speaking of quarterbacks, let's talk about the Jets quarterback. Justin Fields' concussion protocol. Will he play week 4? An update from Rich Cimini this morning on DPH and Rothenberg.
I do expect him to play on Monday night. He practiced fully yesterday, and I guess technically he's still in the protocol, but he's in the latter stages of that protocol. And from all indications, I do expect him to get cleared. I would say probably tomorrow he will get cleared, and I do expect him to be back under center against the Dolphins.
Listen, if the Jets lose this game, I don't care who the quarterback is. This is as bad as it gets. And this is where you start to lose me, and this is where you start to lose faith from people who are around what you're trying to sell. That's hard to come back from, and I can't believe I say that when you look at what the stretch coming up is.
Yeah.
It should be a group of eminently winnable games.
Muji's been aggressive defensively. We need him to get aggressive offensively. Got one of the best offensive lines in football.
Yep.
A very capable running back. You got to have a number 2 receiver, man. You got to.
Yeah.
That's
Bart
modern
Carlin.
day football.
880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app, on the YouTube as well. On the YouTube. Could I sound any older? On YouTube. on the ESPN New York page over at YouTube. All you got to do is go to the ESPN New York app. Just click the tile that's right on the front page for the YouTube link and go there, subscribe, and you are locked in each and every day.
You want to go to YouTube for sure because in the Power Hour, Chris is going to show them thighs.
I was thinking about this. I don't know that I'm going to do it yet, but you remember a couple of years ago when I agreed to have a stomach
for Maggie's
made.
For Maggie's baby pond,
Yes.
baby tub.
That was coincidentally the first time that we were doing an online stream as well, video stream.
When you had the Mevo, baby.
Exactly. Do I want to make one of those proclamations again? We'll call it Marashian promises of, listen, if the Jets lose this game, I'll do the show on Tuesday shirtless. Okay.
Well, we'll put pasties on. We don't want no FCC beef. You know what I'm saying?
Saturday, October 4th on Sports Illustrated Stadium at Sports Illustrated Stadium, New York. Red Bulls are taking on FC Cincinnati with kickoff set for 7:30. Enjoy your match day early on the Boulevard at 4:30 p.m. if you get what I'm laying down. Enjoy pregame activations, giveaways, and live performances. Then at 5:45, Red Bulls on the red carpet. Gates open at 6, where the first 10,000 fans get a reversible Red Bulls bucket hat. For your chance to win a family 4-pack, enter now through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tile, submit your entry, bring the crew, secure your seats at NewYorkRedBulls.com. Plan ahead, travel smart. The Harrison Pat Station is closed October 4th. Free shuttles will run from Journal Square to the stadium. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select for $249 for 24 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S1225248. MSRP $40,000. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, your EV countdown to $7,500 in savings ends September 30th. Hurry in, the clock is ticking. You can get a Prologue Touring for $179 per month with zero down during the EV Countdown sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 3,300 loyalty or conquest, and $7,500 EV credit as down payment.
Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus?
You pulling my leg?
No, seriously. Just enter scratch off and draw game tickets and get more points.
Pulling a fast one?
No. And you can put your points towards chances to win gift cards, cash prizes, and more.
Is this a stunt?
No, you even get points for playing new games.
You're pulling my chain, aren't you?
No.
Pulling my finger?
What? No, man, put that thing away.
Sorry.
Introducing New York Lottery Plus. Download the app, sign up, get more. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is coming, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud.
Carlin's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is Monday night, September 29th. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
Yeah, in case you haven't heard, where you been, ESPN New York now streaming on YouTube. We've made it to 2005, people. Let's celebrate it. Catch all your favorite shows. DiPietro and Rothenberg, Bart and Carlin, The Michael Kay Show, Don Hahn and Rosenberg, live video every day. Watch, chat, join the conversations. Only on YouTube. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube today. Never miss a moment. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York on the ESPN app. We will do at the top of the hour, Bart, a little sideline to sideline. We've got our picks coming up next hour. We've got Bart's Survivor pick coming up next hour. We've got Canty coming up in a little bit. So apparently this Canty thing now is, and I'll ask him about it here in a few minutes, but I'm under the assumption that we're running into a problem with him in his pregnancy class that he now is attending. And is this like now? Is it Lamaze or what is it?
Lamaze. I think he's graduated to Lamaze class. Breathing.
Okay. So is this now like, all right, I get it. We're having a kid. Good, that's exciting. We got a show to do here. So is this now going to run into a show every single week? Is that
man,
we're excited
listen,
for you.
Practice all that breathing all you want. Good luck.
How involved were you?
Who, me?
Yeah, how involved were you for each one?
Oh, we ain't doing no Lamaze class, brother.
No, but like, what did you? Were you in the room the entire time? Was it
absolutely.
just a lot of?
Oh, she got so mad. She got so mad because she couldn't. She had cause my son was a preemie, so they put her on the mag and gave the the steroid stuff so the lungs can be developed and stuff like that. And then so she was on ice chips for a couple of days, like 5 days, and I came in there with a nice juicy steak, and she ain't really like that. But I was hungry. What I was supposed to do? I wanted to be there. I didn't want to miss nothing. But I ain't what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to eat.
But don't you have to pick your spots there?
Would it have been better if it was a White Castle burger?
Into the room.
Would it have been better if it was a White Castle burger stinking up the room?
No, it would be better if you go into the room with some like lettuce, and then when you sneak out, you get your steak later.
What the hell am I gonna eat? I had a dry aged ribeye, tomahawk. Delicious.
I don't have kids. Even I know that would be a bad idea to be doing in front of her.
It's not like when I have surgery or something like that. She
Oh,
didn't.
baby,
I don't put her on a
how
restriction.
good this medium rare is. Come on.
This,
we got any steak sauce?
Like, excuse me. You pass me the remote. I want to watch the game. Hey man, I'm the one sitting there. I got to roll over all that stuff. I'm sleeping in a chair. Come on, man. Least I can do is eat good.
She's trying to have your first child, and you're like, the least I could do is eat good.
And she's going to need me to be healthy. So one of us got to be fed well to be able to take care of the baby and watch the baby.
You and I are a lot more alike than you'll ever care to admit. 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. The picks on the way. And we're coming back a little bit. Bart and I are now both 2-7 on the season.
Damn.
You had a 1-2 week last week. I went a 2-1 week last week. Look at me. The 0 is out of the win column.
See, the Ravens, emotionally betting on the Ravens is killing me.
Yeah, you have to stop that.
Eventually, you know it's going to turn.
I would expect it to, but they're killing us right now, Petey. They are absolutely killing us. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Bring the Ryder Cup spirit straight into your living room with Ryder Cup Live Watch Party Kits. You get everything you need to turn any space into the ultimate fan zone. Flags, cups, decor, and more. Host a few friends with the at-home kit or go big with the ultimate kit for larger gatherings. No matter where you are, you can celebrate in true Ryder Cup style. Ryder Cup Live Kits, your ticket to golf's biggest rivalry at home. To learn more, visit RyderCup.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
Shop great new offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $239 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. They will take any trade-in and accept all lease returns, even if you didn't lease with them. Plus, enjoy Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance, all included. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Friday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What should Giants fans expect from Jaxson Dart in his first start?
I think they're excited to see what Jaxson Dart can do and the energy that he could bring the team, right? And they think he's going to be a good player eventually in this league. And there's really nothing not to like about him, right? He's a very likable guy. He has the word they use is aura, right? He has this aura around him, and some people say it's the it factor kind of thing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Put it in the box. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Absolutely it is. It is a Football Friday. Bart and Carlin live on YouTube, on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app. It is noon o'clock. What does that mean, Bartolomeo?
It's the power hour. Smart for Dart.
6. I love it. Bart, we are going to start this hour talking some football. We have a lot of baseball still to get to. We spent a lot of time today talking about the Mets and, honestly, what you could even expect this weekend, because I don't know that I would expect anything. I think it is just roll into the weekend, hope, wish, and pray that everything goes your way. But I wish I had a good handle on which Met team is going to show up this weekend before we get to the football.
The Mets are like a box of chocolates. If it ain't McLean, you never know what you're going to get.
All right, Forrest, thanks. Really.
Roll it, saute it, roll it, cook it, deep fry it. You can do a lot of things. Do a lot of things for shrimp. And listen, these pictures been coming up like some shrimps, some miniature shrimps. I need some king shrimps.
We had Andy Martino on to start the show. And I'm blown away by the fact that the Mets are in such a position to where beyond today and Sproat in the first, you hope, 5 innings, they are pitching every minute to minute, just not even worried about who's pitching when and where and how long they're going to go. They are going to ride this out second by second. There has been some talk about bringing up the kid Ross from AAA, who's pitched at 3 levels this year. Can't find the strike zone to save his life.
I'm about to say, yeah, they call him Walker.
Yeah, exactly, because he is walking everything. So all of that is on the table for you as well at 800-919-3776. We'll take the comments at the YouTube page as well, get them involved. But right now, we're going sideline to sideline.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
It is Tom Bauer who's got sideline to sideline. Hit us, baby. What do we got?
Oh, let's start last night before we look forward. Seahawks taking down the Arizona Cardinals 23-20. It took a Jason Myers field goal at the end of regulation to secure that W for the Seahawks. Arizona came back in the second half. Ultimately, no cigar, though.
So they did get Marvin Harrison involved, right? I mean,
after the 3 drops, cost the interception, not running the right route, reading the same thing. I wonder if remember Chad Johnson went to the Patriots, and it was a new system. He looked totally lost because him and the quarterback has to be on the same page with reading the coverage. I think maybe he's in one of those systems, and he's thinking way too much.
So when I was in San Francisco last week doing the Cardinals-49ers game, there's a lot of talk around Harrison that, like, maybe it's just not clicking right now. Yeah. And they have to, he as much as we talked about yesterday with Joe Fortenbaugh, he was as high as a pick as he was. You've got to get him starting to really contribute to that offense and force him the ball. But he had a horrendous drop last week, and the problems this week, like, I don't know what's going on there. They have got to figure out what they're doing, because besides him, it's Trey McBride, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and now
without
James Conner, it looks really bad. I mean, I just saw Michael Carter out there. Like, oh, man, I didn't even know the Crazy was still even in the league, man. But, Kyler Murray's just a lot of times, but the thing is the defense kept him in it. And, for as much as we want to give Seattle praise, they put up 23 points. And I really, with all my soul, hate that damn kickoff rule.
Why?
It's stupid. Because now we're forcing kickers to try and kick in a certain area, kick in the zone. Move the damn thing back to the 30-yard line. Tell everybody to line up and start knocking people out and start running. If that's the case, if they want to play this game, they want to make it basically a wrestling match and people not running and sprinting like college, then, man, I'm gonna put 5 linemen out there so when you send your little fast guys down there, I'm going to have some 300-pound beef for their ass. I hate that rule. It sucks, man. You got to sit. If it lands at the 20, that's an opportunity for you. Because if you're a returner and you see something coming real short, you can run up there and get it at the 20. By the time you get there, you're at the 30 or you can break it.
So we're seeing kickers. I heard Mike Vrabel yesterday describe it as the dirty kick.
Yes.
Where it's on one bounce inside the 20.
Yes.
And trying to force guys to,
Field
the ball that is tough to field to begin with.
Makes like a late onside kick with the action, with the tumbling over action.
Right. And if you're doing that, look, I don't hate it because it's brought some more strategy. I know what you're saying.
The strategy I want, listen, the kickoff used to be the most exciting play. It is people that we know strictly because they were either kickoff, return specialists. Brian Mitchell. You know Brian Mitchell how? Not because he played running back, because he was one of the best kick returners ever. Devin Hester, Dante Hall, Mel Gray, Desmond Howard. Super Bowl MVP, not because he balled out as a receiver, because he took one to the house. The Super Bowl, when the Giants took a kickback for a touchdown, then Jermaine Lewis takes one right back after that. Come on, man. That's what it's all about. Jacoby Jones on Monday Night Football. We want that, man. That's like taking out the dunk contest, man. It's the most exciting 3 seconds. Yes, and sometimes some people gonna get knocked unconscious. That's football.
Yeah. Well, listen, we need to fix it so we can get that touchdown on the board for the Giants in Super Bowl 34. Ron Dixon.
Exactly.
Next.
Now we get to go to our first international game on Sunday. Good old Dublin, Ireland, hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers and Minnesota Vikings. Carlin, are you excited for Aaron Rodgers about to take mediocrity to a whole new continent at 9:30 in the morning?
Ooh.
So a couple of things. Number one, for me, it's 6:30 in the morning because I'll be waking up in Vegas.
Oh, that's even worse.
You want me to get up?
So just says yesterday.
Huh?
Says yesterday, because when it's that early, it ain't a new day. It's yesterday.
You want me to get up yesterday for that? I mean, listen, I'm getting to Vegas at 10:30 Saturday night. I know I'm supposed to do the responsible thing, but it's Vegas. Do you think I'm not going to end up at the table somehow? And then you want me to get up at 6:30 in the morning to go and watch that?
Well, you can watch the game at Spirit Rhino.
Well, if I'm going to Spearmint Rhino, I'm not going to watch the game. And I don't even know if it's open at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, it's open. It never closed. What do you mean? They ain't even came out yet. It ain't closed. It's still yesterday for them, too.
I know people, Steeler friends of mine, who really tried to put together a trip. These tickets for that game to get in the building were $3,000 to get in the building per ticket.
And in Dublin?
Then it was the travel, and then it was the hotel, yeah.
Hold up. Listen, how is Rooney going to let them do that? This is the reason we're in Ireland is because that's Rooney. That's his hood.
And that's why
it should be expensive. It should be expensive for everybody else.
Steeler fans in Ireland.
But it should be expensive for the other team, not for y'all. I should have a promo code.
I'm talking about on the secondary market. Those tickets went like that. So
I thought Rooney would have bought them all up and then sold them to the Steeler fans.
No.
Cheap
Look,
bastard.
I hate football. This has really made me hate football.
Your team is winning. Your team
team
won last week. 5 turnovers on defense.
But it's not pretty.
What do you mean, but? It's never pretty.
You know why I don't like this. You know why I don't.
Exactly. Say his name.
Well, it's Rodgers, and it's. I feel like they're stuck in a wheel of mediocrity there.
But listen,
right?
but the whole league
playoffs
is.
Apparently is enough.
But the whole league is. Kansas City's stuck there.
But we're the
Baltimore's
Pittsburgh
there right
Steelers,
now.
Okay, let's call it what it is. We are the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Listen, Kansas City's
we are not about that.
Kansas City has closed the gap on you, brother. It's only one Super Bowl, maybe two.
We got a six-pack still. That's the most as far as I know.
Yeah, y'all been around since Moses.
Next.
Well, if you do find yourself in Dublin, tickets are going low as $800 right now.
They are now at $800. Damn
there
it!
you go. You just got to wait it out, man. You got to scare all the chumps off and then come back.
Well, I would have been going from Minnesota to Dublin. Do they have a direct from Minneapolis to Dublin? I don't think they do. And then I'm on Bears Raiders anyway.
It's 8 layovers. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
go ahead.
Let's go on through some of the notable games this week. Washington at Atlanta. I only mention that mainly not because Michael Penix got benched last week, but because Jane Daniels is not practicing today because he sat out last week with a left knee issue. No practicing again for him right now. He says he feels good, but it's up to the doctors whether or not he is going to play
Bart,
this
if he
week.
doesn't practice on Thursday, I don't think he's playing.
But who cares? The Panthers whooped that ass 30-0. Like Mariota balled out last week. You're good.
Yeah.
Don't rush, buddy. You okay? You got a comparable backup.
I don't think they're
Who knew Atlanta would get their ass spanked by 30? They got shut out.
Oh.
Penix got benched. You know Kirk Cousins like, yeah, you couldn't live with your failures. And where did that bring you? Right back to me.
But even Kirk Cousins got to be sitting there when he goes into the game.
Oh, man.
Like, what am I doing here?
You missed my great Thanos speech.
No, I got it, but
that's from Ender's
Go ahead,
Game,
give it
man.
again.
That was
I'm
from
sorry,
I
I'm not a
the
Avengers guy.
Roses off the blue. I saw Tom. He was starting to get emotional. Like, man, Bart, his depths goes deep. He about to hit the Thanos speech. Man, this is the perfect analogy, right? Wasn't that the perfect analogy?
Sure.
You could not live with your failures. And where did that bring you? Right back to me.
All right, so Thanos
I'm inevitable.
Thanos is what? Captain America?
What?
Is that?
He's the
I
one.
don't know.
He's the one with the booty chin, the blue guy.
I know.
He's the guy that ended the world. He
what
took half of
series
them
is
out.
he
He's
in?
purple, not blue.
Ender's Game.
What series is he in? Is it Avengers?
Marvel.
Or is it?
Yes, Ender's Game he's all of them. He's in all of them. He's the bad guy.
I will watch the Avengers
Yes.
movies. Okay.
He's
Are
in
you
the garden.
happy?
He's in the Garden of the Galaxy. He's in all of them. And then he's gonna be in Doctor Doom. It's amazing stuff, man.
I haven't. I'm not a superhero movie guy. Generally.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I need to be more.
Yeah, you
I
watch.
guess.
Yeah, you watch Daredevil. You Ben Affleck fan. Everything Ben Affleck
I watched
touches
listen.
is horrible.
Here's the thing for me, okay? The Christian Bale Dark Knight movies made it impossible to think that could be done better. That's
true.
all. So I can't ever watch another Batman again thinking that's going to be better. And I know that's DC and not Marvel. And God forbid I put them together.
Yeah, you don't want them Comic-Con people coming after you, man. You think them Swifties tough. You be getting your ass hit with Ninja Stars and Black Panther stuff and Wakanda Forever. You don't want to mess with them people.
All right, I'll start watching. I'm sorry. I'm screwing up. I'm doing the show no good here. I'm screwing up the show. Next.
All right, I'm just going to rattle off
down
these
on
three.
myself about this.
I'm going to rattle off these three because we got Canty coming up. Philadelphia at Tampa. Philadelphia sucks in Tampa Bay. They're 1-3 in Tampa during the Bulls' tenure. Hurts is 1-4 against them in his career. The worst NFL team he has played against, or in terms of at least his record. He is not good against Tampa. Two more for you, big ones. Baltimore at Kansas City at 4:25. Huge one here for Bart's Baltimore Ravens. And the Sunday Night Football game, Green Bay at Dallas, the return of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, listen, I'm excited to see that. I don't know what Parsons is going to do in the game, but that place is going to be a hornet's nest for sure, especially if the Cowboys are getting their doors blown off, which is something that I frankly would enjoy seeing.
Yeah, without CeeDee Lamb, I think we had the over-under the most that TV has ever cut to a non-player. It's been Taylor Swift at 17 times. You know, my my bold prediction on Get Up was the fact that they would probably show Jerry Jones more than 17 times, and he probably is going to leave the booth because he knows that he's being put on TV and he's not going to be able to contain it. So.
Oh, you think so? No way. I think Jerry Jones is going to stay right in front of that camera as much as he can, win or lose. He does not believe in the idea that there is bad press. He does not believe in that. Not at all.
Okay.
Last one there. The other thing too is, this is one thing I couldn't believe. The Eagles-Bucks game is the first time in 5 years that we've had two 3-0 teams face off. That's how much the parity in the league has played down the middle.
Yeah, they've been trying to. The Philadelphia Eagles are going down there on game the day before because they worried about the heat. And I said, don't get up. I said, no, they're going down there because the strip clubs are crazy, so they're going to go down there the day after, not the day before. You know what I'm saying?
Bart knows. Is Canty there?
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Canty's with us.
Yes.
He's not sitting in front of you. He's on the phone.
I thought he was in Lamaze.
Well, let's find out where he was. Chris Canty, of course, on Sportsmanlike. You see him on First Take all the time. He joins us right now, as he does each and every Friday. Did we have Lamaze class today? Is it Lamaze? Is it birthing class? What is it?
First of all, it's all of the above. And secondly, no, I'm not doing that. I'm currently in Newark Airport trying to get a sandwich at Jersey Mike's before I catch my flight down to the Carolinas.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with an on-time departure. You might be able to order a whole feast.
Now, why you gonna wish that evil on me, Bartholomew?
Well, if you see Harry Doogie out there, tell him I said what up. Y'all can go and talk together, have some fun, play some spades or something.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
All right, let's start here with Jaxson Dart getting the start. We've talked about the opinions around it and it happening now all week. What is a fair expectation for him the rest of the year? How are you evaluating him the rest of the year with so many variables around him?
I think the most important thing is that you're looking for the offense to get a spark. And I don't know if you can quite quantify it with stats, but it's an eye test. You know it when you see it.
Yeah.
And what you're hoping is that his ability to be able to play make, his physical tools, him being able to use his athleticism, Brian Daboll using him on design runs, moving the pocket, moving the launch point, that takes the Giants' offense to a different level because it's clear they need somebody that can play make and that can navigate some of the issues that they're having up front in terms of pass protection. So I think those are the things that I'm looking for from Jaxson Dart. And then just overall, big fella, I want to make sure that it's not too big for him, right? Remember, going back to draft day, when the Giants moved up to take Jaxson Dart, Joe Shane said to Brian Daboll, you got your guy now. So that's what I want to see. This is Brian Daboll's hand-picked quarterback. Remember, he inherited Daniel Jones from the previous regime. This is his guy. And so I want to see Brian Daboll utilize him in some of the same ways that Brian Daboll used Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Now, we've seen Eli try and make this transition, and it didn't go pretty, but he still turned out to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. So it may not look the way we want it to look. It doesn't mean that Jaxson Dart isn't the guy, but it does mean that potentially he can still cost Daboll his job. And so how do you think it's going to go? Just you've gone against rookie quarterbacks. This is not some middle of the pack type of defense. This is a defense that is the number one scoring defense in the league right now, and they also have a offense that forces your offense to try and keep pace.
Oh, no doubt. And let's not forget Jim Harbaugh. He's outstanding against rookie quarterbacks. 8-2 career in the NFL, 4-0 with the Los Angeles Chargers. So that's going to be a challenge, but Brian Daboll has got to find a way to get answers to the test for Jaxson Dart. And that is being able to utilize the snap count, being able to utilize tempo, no huddle to standardize the defense. Those are the types of things. Being able to use the design quarterback runs. Those are the types of things that Dave is going to have to do because if you're Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, I'm going to throw every single thing at him, all the different blitzes, all the different pressures, all the different fronts, different coverages. I want to see how much this kid knows and whether or not he can find the answers built into every call that Brian Daboll sends in. That's going to be the challenge early on. And whether or not he can handle that is the big question that everybody wants to see answered. But guess what? We'll find out early in this matchup on Sunday.
Is it potentially a bigger unknown to see if this defense is ready for the task? Because they're going to have to keep them in the game as a kid gets his feet underneath him.
Well, I hear you on that, Bart, but if you look at the way the Chargers play, they don't want to make it a track meet. They want to grind out every win, and then you think about the schedule, what the first quarter of the season has looked like for them. They played down in Brazil for the season opener, then on the road for Monday Night Football against a division opponent, back home for another division opponent, and then from West Coast to East Coast, 1 o'clock kick on Sunday. I mean, that's rough. That's 10 a.m. local time for them. So I just think that from a scheduling standpoint, it's going to be tough for the Chargers. I don't envision this being a blowout. I don't envision this being a track meet. I think this is going to be very much so a grinded out type of game. And you're just hoping that Jaxson Dart can make enough plays to keep it competitive in the second half.
Chris Canty is with us on Sportsmanlike on ESPN Radio every morning 6 to 10 a.m. and on ESPN2, ESPNU, in addition to First Take and all over the place, really. I really want to talk a little bit more about this defense, Chris. How fixable are the problems in your estimation, or is it just this personnel may not be as good as we thought it was?
I don't want to say the defense is not going to be as good as we thought it was, but there are a lot of moving parts, especially on the back end. New starters, guys trying to get adjusted to the roles. They've had some injuries in the second level of that defense. So, again, moving parts. It's early, so I try not to rush the judgment. It's clear that they have the talent. They just got to be able to put it all together.
Now, what's your assessment so far for Abdul Carter? Because we expected him to be Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, Devon Miller when Von Miller was a rookie. And we haven't seen that. We've seen more what's Karlaftis? What's the guy name in
Karlaftis.
Yeah, Karlaftis, or we maybe saw the kid from Buffalo, Ebenezer. We haven't seen the dynamic wild plays. He's in a rotation.
Well, here's what I'll say, Bart. They're asking a lot of him right now, right? He's playing on the ball. He's playing off the ball. He's playing D-tackle and sub-packages. They're moving him around a lot, and I think that he's swimming. I believe that he's got the ability to be a game-wrecking type of player any given snap, in any given ball game against any given opponent. So I'm bullish on Abdul Carter. I just think that the Giants are in a pinch because they've got some guys down to injury, and they're moving him all the way around the defense to try to mitigate the impact of some of those losses. So I think that's where we're at when it comes to Abdul Carter. But by no means am I concerned about him not being able to live up to being the third overall pick.
Chris Canty is with us. Let's flip to the Jets here. I know you're a big Aaron Glenn guy. Chris, I'm not asking a question. I just want your response to this statement. Monday night is incredibly important for Aaron Glenn for the Jets to win this game because at some point when you're trying to lead men and you're trying to build a culture and you're trying to do all those things, you have to show some results. And if it's not going to be Monday night, when is it going to be?
Well, yeah, you got to have something tangible in the way of wins to show for all of the hard work the guys have been putting in. And I anticipate that that's what we're going to get because the Jets have been a tough out in 2 of the 3 ball games that they played in. And if we're being honest about what we've seen from the Miami Dolphins to this point, they got hot mess written all over them. So I'm anticipating another strong outing. I think the Jets lean on their formula for success, which is good defense and a strong running game. And we'll see whether or not the Miami Dolphins are up for the task.
Now, any concern with the fact that you have no Quincy Williams and you have Tua who, with the play action, Achane, can really make it difficult on that side of the ball. Big shoes for Sherwood to fill because he has to maybe slide over and be the emotional guy but still call the plays, but put himself in the hardest situations, being the blitzer and the guy that leaves the box when the new guy is going to have to sit in between the tackles.
I mean, Bart, there's always a concern when you have an all-pro linebacker that's not in the lineup, right? He's one of the finest players at that position in the entire NFL. But I do think the Jets understand where their deficiencies are on that defensive unit. They tried to fortify it earlier this week with the Jarvis Brownlee trade from the Tennessee Titans. They're doing things to try to shore up some areas, but I think overall the pressure that front can create is going to lead to some problems for that Miami Dolphins offense.
Yeah, hopefully Jermaine Johnson comes back. How long do you think your former teammate waits if this defense can't figure it out before he says, you know what, move over, young punk, give me the remote.
No, I think he's going to give his staff plenty of runway to be able to grow into the job. Again, there's always a learning curve when it comes to the new. You're with a new franchise, new personnel, so there's always going to be challenges. But I'm optimistic based on what I've seen from this New York Jets team in early going.
Are you Terminal A or Terminal C today, Canty?
Oh, Terminal A. You know,
yeah, Terminal
A
C, wacky
one,
D, bro. They ain't got nothing over in Terminal A.
Is the best one, bro.
Yeah.
So,
No, listen, trust me.
Terminal A is the best one.
No, it is the best one, but you don't have a choice sometimes. This is what I'm saying. So, listen.
But would you think he's flying an express jet? He's 6'12".
No, I understand that. He's not flying express jet. You don't have a choice with where these planes take off from at Newark these days.
Sometimes you do, big fella, to Bart's point. Sometimes you do, but not
How?
today.
Yeah, he'll just
short notice trip.
Listen, he would fly from Teterboro if it got real crazy.
Oh, no, listen, I understand
Yeah,
that, okay?
yeah, exactly.
I get it. You both have a lot more money than the rest of us in this country, okay? We get it. You're both rich, all right? And you can do whatever the hell you want.
I'm just
Good
saying,
for you.
I'm just saying, I know like if he's sitting in economy in low class, that the person in front of him can't even move their seat back. They can't even put their seat. They can't even put their seat back.
He's not sitting in economy
low class? You don't even call it economy?
Hey, low class, man. You know what I'm saying? It's low class.
Listen, I know people who call economy these days Gen Pop. Travel safe,
God.
Canty.
All right, thanks, boys. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the game.
Enjoy your sandwich,
Canty.
man.
All I was going to do was tell him I flew out of Terminal A last night. There's a Burger Fi over there.
Oh, okay.
Those are good. And he's hitting Jersey Mike's. And again, I got nothing against Jersey Mike's.
Did you do your Carlin's Corner from over there? Did you
I was
go back?
thinking about, should I do a subset Carlin's Corner table of airport restaurants?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So let people know the places you want to go for a good meal.
Have you ever gotten sick when you were traveling from something that you ate?
No, I don't really eat much. I keep it simple. I get like some trail mix with the spice and a little peanut and a little sesame chip thing, and then I get like 3 drinks. I know about how crazy it is to be dehydrated, so I get like a water, a tea, and then one carbonated drink.
Yeah, I got
and get
really
some roll
sick.
of cookies. Oh wow.
I stopped in San Francisco. I went to Hawaii once. My in-laws took everybody for their 50th anniversary.
Nice.
And we had a layover in San Francisco and went to a restaurant in that airport and got back on the flight to come home from San Francisco. Not good. I mean, just violently ill vomiting.
When you wake up in the morning and your booty's feeling tight.
No, it wasn't that situation.
Oh, no.
It was the other end. It was coming up front.
Okay.
I usually am pretty reserved on these trips.
Did you have a bag? Did you have a bag?
No, I made it to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm talking about, but a lot of people get the throw-up bag.
No, I understand. I would not do that to anybody else.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to do everything I can to not have everybody else be exposed to me getting sick.
It's all fun and games until Granny won't come out. Move it, Granny!
That was a bad scene. And listen, I'm always going to be somewhat under control and monitoring the situation so that I'm not going to end up in a worse spot, in my estimation, on a plane. That's all.
It's a lonely feeling, man, being up in that plane, not feeling well.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
Well, I'm glad
you
feel good? Well there. You're all safe and sound, all tucked in. It's almost time for Thigh Daddies. Yeah.
Right now, though, it's game time. It's brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Holy crap, we've got a lot coming up tonight. You got the Yankees hosting the Orioles at 7 o'clock at the stadium. Obviously, they are playing to be the number 1 seeded to win the division. Mets are in Miami. They're just playing to try to get there and try to make their way home. Pre-game coverage begins at 6:30 on 880 ESPN. 7 o'clock, Rays in Toronto. Red Sox host the Tigers. Those games obviously affect the Yankees. Guardians and Rangers as well for seeding. The Mets games that affect them, Reds are in Milwaukee. Diamondbacks are in San Diego. Astros are in Los Angeles to play the Angels at 9:40 tonight. Astros are still trying to get their way in. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cards for kids. 1-877-CARDS for kids. Donate your card today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, your EV countdown to $7,500 in savings ends September 30th. Hurry in, the clock is ticking. You can get a Prologue Touring for $179 per month with zero down during the EV Countdown sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 3,300 loyalty or conquest, and $7,500 EV credit as down payment.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
We love tacos. Who doesn't love tacos? Everybody loves tacos. The latest tacos on Carlin's Corner Table here in moments. First, though, a Survivor Pool reminder for everybody playing in ESPN New York Survivor Pool. Don't forget to make your pick before Sunday's 1 o'clock games. Now, after 3 weeks, Bart, we have lost 1,888 players, including Don LaGreca and me. I'm out on the Packers, which does not help. That leaves 1,227 still eligible for the $5,000 grand prize. Follow along on the ESPN New York app, powered by SplashSports.com. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN app. Bartholomew, you enjoy tacos, do you not?
I love tacos.
Well, let's find out if there's such a thing as a bad taco on Carlin's Corner Table.
I had some bacon.
Chris Carlin likes food.
Onion rings done right kick the ass of any French fry on the planet.
Chris Carlin has opinions on food.
You call yourselves the Burger King, you're a disgrace.
It's Carlin's Corner Table.
I need fat in my burger.
I don't think I've paid enough respect to Mexican food and to tacos lately, and so we needed to do that this week. We've been to Los Tacos, which you know I'm very high on, and I know you love Los Tacos. They're everywhere in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan. I went to Santo Taco.
Huh.
Now, Bart, are you familiar with Santo Taco?
I am not.
Okay. So Santo Taco is in New York City, 114 Kenmore. Their website is eatsantotaco.com. That's eatsantotaco.com. Place that had been viral, frankly, quite a bit lately for their tacos. And what I dug about this when I first got there, Bart, is Santo Taco is a walk-up window.
Oh.
It is part of a bigger restaurant, but I don't know if you watch The Bear at all, but if you ever see these nice restaurants that might have a little offshoot where it's like a side window where you can get something to go. That's what this is. Santo Taco is like the place where you walk up and you get the tacos, and they got a place to sit outside too. So I dig that.
Sounds nice, but how's the food?
Right. Let's get to it. Tacos on the menu. They got a steak trompo taco, which is a New York strip and sirloin with avocado salsa, pork taco, chicken taco that has a pineapple marinade. I had to lay off the chicken taco because I have developed
You're allergic.
I'm allergic to pineapple, which I've developed a later in life allergy to the pineapple. I don't understand that. Mushroom, and then carne asada, which is grilled steak, potatoes, and avocado salsa. So, Bart, I went with the pork carnitas taco.
Carnitas.
All right, which is pork belly and ribs, avocado salsa, tomato martajada salsa, and then the carne asada taco, grilled steak, potatoes, and avocado salsa.
What the hell you wash that down with?
Water.
Oh.
I keep it simple with the water. But they do have what they call an agua fresca. An agua fresca is a blend of pineapple, cucumber, lime, and palo santo.
Are they trying to kill you with all this damn pineapple?
Well, that's the thing. Is like I was very specific in checking out the pineapple situation, but really all the allergy does is cause my face to get blown up even more, if you can even imagine that. But it's like it wouldn't kill me, but it doesn't go well. Anyway, first up, the pork carnitas taco. Excellent. Very, very good. Bart, a great blend of flavors with the corn tortilla. Normally, myself, I like a flour tortilla.
Yeah.
But this was a corn tortilla, and I love the tomato martajada salsa, along with an avocado salsa. So it's got a little mix there. But the pork, again, believe it or not usually my thing. I usually go chicken or steak. It was excellent. Big fan. That's $5.95 per taco.
Oh.
Think about that.
Ooh.
That's a little steep. All right? A little steep.
Better be worth it.
Carne asada, $5.95 per taco. Bart, we got a problem. Not that great.
You got to have that meat season. When you want to put some steak in anything, it got to have some good, bold seasoning flavors. Can't be light on the sauce.
They were not light on the salsa. Sorry, I had to.
On light on the seasoning, man. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
You gotta season it before it starts turning colors. You gotta pre-season and marinate that meat.
I think the problem we run into sometimes with steak tacos is they get a little overcooked.
Yep.
And that's exactly what was the case here. They threw in the potatoes, which were like a breakfast potato, like mini cubed fried potatoes.
Yeah.
You know? Along with it wasn't even like that good. And you put it together with the avocado salsa, flavors just weren't doing it for me, man. Just not happening. And that was $5.95. So when I add up the $6 for the pork carnita, the $6 for the carne asada, and it was like another $2 or $3 for the water, and then another, $3 tip or whatever, I'm at $16.50 for 2 tacos at lunch. That is not much. These are not big tacos. These are not burritos.
They're 2
so
bites.
Bart,
2 bites.
Yeah, basically for each one. So here's my evaluation. The pork carnitas was outstanding. Like if that had been sitting alone and we were going based solely on flavor in this spot, we would be going a $5 Carlin taco there. It's an excellent taco. But when I throw in the carne asada, not that great. And then when I factor in the price, Bart, it's a little steep for 2 tacos and a water, $17. Little steep. You get 3.5 Carlins on this deal. You get middle of the road. I'm sorry.
And we had Los Tacos at what, 4?
Yeah, Los Tacos was 4.
Okay.
And again, that's like you can get 3 tacos at Los Tacos for about that price. And to me, like I went with the chicken tacos there. They were excellent, and it wasn't keeping me away. This is a little bit more, we're trying to be a little more high-end at this place, and thus it removes me from the possibility because of an allergy. I don't hold that against them, but, like, I don't know. I guess there is such a thing as a bad taco.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like to keep mine with ground beef, man, because that way I know the meat is seasoned and it has like its own little gravy or something in it. Like I don't don't give me no sprinkled seasoned chicken or steak. Give me some ground beef that's been marinated, cooked down with that taco seasoning, you know what I mean? And it's turned a little red, you know what I mean? And you've reduced it. And then when you put it down there, I got like that little meat gravy in it before I put my toppings.
So let me ask you this. When you have your tacos, do you prefer hard shell or soft tacos?
Both. One hard shell, one taco, one soft. I like soft because it's easier to control and maintain. I know now they have these little square ones where it sits in there good. But I tell them don't give me a lot of meat because I like to build mine up. So give me decent size meat, not too much, and then I can put the other fixings without it all falling out as soon as I bite it.
Understood. Yeah, see, this is my problem with it. I was having this discussion with Johnny Pickums the other day. Hard shell tacos, I don't need it breaking. I'm going to take one bite. It's going to break. It's going to go everywhere. That's not the point of the taco to me. The point of the taco is to have a somewhat mobile, easy food, is it not?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
That's why a lot of times they put them in those little boxes now that holds them so they don't break. So if they do break, they break straight down. You can kind of pour it in your mouth.
Exactly. So my point here is simply this. Little expensive, and the carne asada, it needs work. Pork carnita, ooh, that was very good. But Santo Taco, 3.5 Carlins.
That's good if you got the money, if you got the disposable income, and you're just kind of trying to grab something real quick, and you got a taste for some tacos. It won't be the best, but it'll still hit the spot. And once you put it down how you want to put it down, you get your own recipe. I feel like if you played around with it, went there a couple more times, you'll realize how to make it maybe a 3.8 Carlins.
Probably.
If you kind of figure out what toppings you need on there to supplement.
I would try one or two of the other tacos, but what would bother me is I can't even have the chicken one because of the marinade. So what am I going to do? Anyway, that's our Carlin's Corner table this week. 3.5 Carlins for Santo Taco, 114 Kenmore in Manhattan. EatSantoTaco.com. Upcoming, your picks. An update on the Ryder Cup. Everything you need, plus Bart's Survivor pick. All on the way. Carlin, Bart, otherwise known as Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. and on the ESPN New York YouTube page and app.
Honey, this is it.
Shot clock winding down. Trailing by 2.
When you can't miss the last shot, and neither can he. Don't take slow for an answer.
Pastrello shoots. Did you see it, Carl?
Switch to Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at just $40 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
What went through your head on the last shot?
It all happened so fast. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Ready to fire up your Saturdays? FanDuel has got a boost you don't want to miss. It's called Boostin' with the Boys, and it's given everyone a college football profit boost every single week. Here's how it goes. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets the boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/Peter to download the app. Check out the Boostin' with the Boys offer and get in on the action. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. Everyone gets the boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Shop great new offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $239 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. They will take any trade-in and accept all lease returns, even if you didn't lease with them. Plus, enjoy Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance, all included. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
ESPN New York Couchcast is coming.
I just didn't feel like physically getting off the couch.
Don't miss this live stream event with your favorite ESPN New York personalities, including Dave Rothenberg.
Is football season here yet?
Rick DiPietro, Chris Carlin, Michael Kay.
Oh, football.
And Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
They're playing football!
It all happens September 29th when the Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Watch the guys' instant reactions and hear their unfiltered commentary all game long.
You're bad at football.
See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
I'm just trying to have the best possible show.
When does that start?
The ESPN New York Couchcast is brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
Yeah. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just got paid Friday night. Party's jumping. Feel alright. Booty shaking. Dance to the beat. Oh, yeah. Miami's getting beat. Just got paid. Listen, at least we always got the Yankees. We can count on them all the time.
I don't know how I didn't know this song before you started playing it a few weeks back, but I have it now on my Spotify. Like, I cannot get enough of that song. And I forgot it was coming, and man, it just put me in such an amazing mood.
It just feels good, man. And it's letting
really
you know
does.
that it's almost time to put the exclamation point on the show and exclamation point on the week. And you know what comes, because the weekend belongs to us. So everybody out there, whatever work gave you, you might work on Saturday, but you know you're going to have Sunday. You're going to have time to breathe and relax, unless you're me and Carlin, who works all the time. But it's okay. We're seasonal workers.
It's not work. Let's settle down with the work.
Hey, trying to get a boost. Hold on.
I understand. Speaking of boost, time for our NFL picks. Let's get to it. We've got a little bit of a boost for me last week. I went 1-2. You went 2. I went 2-1. You went 1-2, and we both now sit at 2-7 on the year through 3 weeks.
It's because we keep picking the same teams, the Jets and Giants. We keep believing that this is the week that they're going to get a dub.
Now, why would we possibly do that? Game 1, Bart. Let's start here. The Chargers, 6.5-point favorites over the New York Giants. What say you?
I'm going Chargers. Listen, I'll lay the 6.
I don't think there's much to talk about here, to tell you the truth.
Let them tell it.
You're talking about Tannenbaum and Peter Schrager this morning trying to sell us on the Giants and Jaxson Dart. It's not that he's going to have a bad game. It's just that this is an incredibly tough spot. The Chargers are a really good team, and I know the travel, all that stuff.
They're going to be sleepy.
Yeah, I get that. They've been flying all over the place. I understand. I still don't buy into any of it. I really don't. I think the Giants are going to have trouble covering in this game, let alone keeping this game somewhat interesting. And all you're going to be watching for is Jaxson Dart anyway. Yeah. I got the Giants headed for 0-4, losing by double digits.
Yeah, I don't know how they would kick a field goal game. They got Youngman Koo. He ain't going to listen. His ass got cut.
Got cut from Atlanta. They signed him this week. Listen, let's just hope the kicker makes it to the game healthy. How about that? Can we get to that?
You never know.
That would be a step in the right direction. All right. Bart and I both on the Chargers for game 1. Mm-hmm. Game 2. Monday night, Miami 2.5-point favorites over the Jets. Over-under in that game, 44.5. What do you got?
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. God help us if the Jets can't beat the Dolphins. God help us. God help us all.
I'm pretty much at the same spot. I can't imagine for a moment losing to the Dolphins.
Every game's tough.
Like, I can't even spit it out.
Yeah, every game's going to be tough. I mean, in this league, it's hard to beat anybody, but come on, man. If you can't beat them now, when can you ever beat them?
Yeah, this is
no offensive line, no secondary, no linebackers.
I've been talking about it all week. This is an incredibly important game for the Jets to win, and frankly for Aaron Glenn to win, to show some actual results for what he is preaching. So we were both on the Jets in that game, plus 2.5. Game 3, Packers 6.5-point favorites in Dallas over the Cowboys. Bart, what do you got?
I'm going 3-0. It won't be no upset this week. It won't be no Cleveland, and I know that's what knocked you out of your pool, because you just can't take the real obvious one, the no-brainer. The no-brainer is always comes back to bite you in the butt. So I'm definitely going to go with, listen, Green Bay gets it done. Michael Parsons goes back home, reminds Jerry about what he left, and Dak can barely do anything about it because he's have to depend on Pickens to be the number one, and I don't know if he's ready to do that.
Yeah, listen, I think Pickens is a good player, but I don't think he's number one there, and I don't see how this doesn't end poorly for the Cowboys. We saw through the first several weeks just how bad this defense is going to be. And I heard Ray talk about it this morning. Like, they're on to a point where the defense is so bad that they have one-word communications for the plays for them to understand what they're doing. One word?
Wow.
What?
And remember, just last week we thought the Bears was going to be the worst defense in history, and then the Dallas Cowboys said, hold my beer.
Yeah. So we've got the Packers -6.5. Who is your survivor pool pick?
Oh, I picked the Texans because I figured I want to use a team that may not be a favorite or something for the rest of the week. So I wanted to get the Texans out the way because they got Cam Ward. Yeah, they got Cam Ward, and they can get to Cam Ward. That offensive line is horrible. Callahan's already lost his play calling duties, so they're scrambling there. Pops, before you know it, they mess around and get Pops a job.
I'm not giving you a survivor pick because I'm already dead thanks to the Packers. Let's get our leaderboard update in, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. This is, of course, out at the golf right now, and it has not been pretty for the U.S. so far. They are down 3-1 in the early going in the matches that were this morning because the Ryder Cup has just not been real good for them. Earlier today, as I said, they need to get to 14.5 to win. The U.S. needs to get to 14.5. The Europeans only have to get to 14 because if they split it, the reigning champions win. And then the U.S. trying to get out strong this afternoon. Scheffler, who lost this morning in his pairsome in the 4-ball this afternoon, they're 1-up through 1. Bryson DeChambeau, Ben Griffin playing. So this afternoon's matchups just starting as we speak, but the U.S. down 3-1. Leaderboard update brought to you by Michelob Ultra. No matter what you're playing for, make it superior with Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. A superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. Michael K. Show is up next. He's got Joel Sherman on all the baseball. Michael's got you covered from pillar to post. And then Don Hahn and Rosenberg right here on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube.
Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus?
You pulling my leg?
No, seriously. Just enter